Hi, kids. It's your dad. I mean, it's your commissioner, joined by our good friend, the distinguished gentleman from Detroit, Mr. Tar Low.
What's up, nerds?
Hello, Mr. Tar Low. Looks like AJ and Mikey did half our job for us, which is great. And we are only left. We left us with 2 shitty divisions and an amazing division. Just throwing that out there. So,
Yeah.
although maybe I'm wrong looking at the records.
So, to be honest, I only caught the last part of their podcast. They were generally pretty nice.
That's what I heard.
That's not going to happen tonight.
That's also
we're
what I've
going
heard.
we're going to fuck some shit up tonight. So.
Well, if we're going to be doing that, we might as well start in the Great Lakes, and complete the East.
Yeah, because
oh, of course, I'm getting a phone call.
I've kind
It's
of
my brother's phoning me. Hold on, he heard.
I'm taking a little peek at the Great Lakes.
Go ahead.
And we might have 5 giant piles of shit and the ignition. So that's basically the Great Lakes in a nutshell, I think so. But we'll see.
Keep going, Jason. I'm on the phone.
Um yeah, so I guess we'll start with the ignition. As let me pull them up on my game here, and you guys are not looking at my scouts view because they're all probably still very low because I don't give a fuck. Um, so the ignition are still very good. I don't know when Ryan's gonna rejoin us for um, some back and forth, but my opinion of the ignition is that they're very good. Um, some very not so very smart GM traded him one of the best young players in the league in Tom Dunmeyer, who is effing amazing. He is basically probably the best young hitter in the league. I would maybe Hadley Smart, because he obviously positional will play a role in that, but Tom Dunmeyer is
Oh,
probably the best young baseball player in the league. So,
come on,
Ryan,
man.
I know you agree with that, right?
Come on, man. I get off the phone and the first thing I hear you say is Tom Dunmeyer. Oh,
Yeah.
man. I mean, I can't ever regret trading this guy because Holby's been everything I could have asked for. But yeah, I knew the day would come when this guy would make it, and I'd have to watch him eat shit up. And it looks like
I
he's
mean,
prepared to.
obviously, you're hoping he devs down a bit and he's only like a 60, right? Oops.
Well,
Nope. He's an 80.
yeah,
Nope.
when
Nope.
I traded him
Nope.
when he was 18, and he looked he was pretty legit. And he's dev down in terms of like contact and stuff like that, but he's still relative to the rest of the league. He's gonna be
No,
a
and
pretty good player.
I remember when you picked him, I was like, what the fuck? And, that was one of those, to me, was a head shaker. And he's proved everybody wrong, or he proved me, the hater, wrong. So
I remember picking him too, and I wasn't a huge fan of him, but my scout just loved him so much. But the defense just scared me. This was pre Dev Lab, I think too, right? 2051. But I think I knew the Dev Lab was coming by then, I believe. So I figured this guy's shooing for a Dev Lab candidate, right? He could actually play second base too. I think if you a couple of successful Dev Labs in this second base, and he could probably be serviceable there, especially with his bat. So yeah, he's gonna blast some ass.
yeah, um, as I've called him like the best young hitter in the league, I would argue you're not going to find a, a more devastating 4 spot in the lineup with Dunmeyer, Penryn,
Yeah,
Aguilar, and Name. Um,
yeah, I kind of agree.
I don't.
That's
I dare you
disgusting.
to, and we'll probably see some lineups that are very good, but I don't think you're going to find a 4 spot that is just as devastating because it should
Laro
scare
got
the fuck
paid,
out of all of us. Like if you're in the playoffs and you have to play them, that should scare the fuck out of you. So
especially with the two switch hitters too. That's the most annoying thing. There were like three of the four were lefties, right? You could just maybe get a lefty specialist, but even then, it probably doesn't matter. But look at this lineup, by the way. Essentially all lefties against the right, like right, switchy, 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 and 6 left-handed batters. That's actually disgusting.
and I'm not gonna lie to you, I'm looking at this lineup, and outside of the big four, I don't know these other guys, but it doesn't fucking matter. Like I've
Yeah,
heard of
this is gonna
Leftwich a little
carry you
bit.
really
I've
far.
kind of heard of Leftwich, but like these other guys are just other dudes, right? So like it doesn't matter. This
They're
like
just other
those
dudes.
four are good enough to propel this team all the way.
Yeah, it looks like the rest of the team is just well, Leftwich is nice. It'll be
Yeah.
interesting to see the crybabies about 65 range, but with 70 shortstop rating, he should be good there. He should be good
Um
enough easily.
and I
The rest
think
just
their
looks like defense.
rotation's pretty damn good too. Um and it's a bunch of unheralded guys too. It's like you don't have a name number one, but
Yeah,
Maynard Perez might be a really good young pitcher that nobody knows about, right? Like,
Yeah, are we sure
like,
Jenner's
nobody
not still
talks about
running this
guy,
team?
and he's really fucking good.
What's going on here? Yeah, Maynard Perez, didn't he almost win Rookie of the Year last year? I thought I saw him on my ballot. He
And
pitched 120 innings, yeah.
yeah, Dom Mazzella is a really good number 2.
They're all cheap still too.
Yeah.
Well, Vince Anthony isn't cheap anymore.
Yeah, because he was saying that he's got to pay Aguilar. Well, when your rotation's making $2 million combined for all,
Well, Vince Anthony's making 20, but yeah. Yeah, this is a team that looks as good as ever. Probably going to wreck face in the Great Lakes, and probably going to be very interesting to see where they are in like 2 years when they have to start paying these other guys. Well, they're paying Nang, although he's a free agent after this year. Like, they're going to have to pay Penryn. He's probably going to hit fat arm here soon if he has a big year, too. We'll see. I wonder, he might be cooking the books a little bit here because there's a lot of guys making good money, but yeah, I don't know. It's a great-looking team. The bullpen is looking okay from what I looked at it, which, I mean, in our league, okay is actually good nowadays, but yeah, it's your typical Ignition team. It's kind of like Jenner never left. No offense to Mr. Beer. Jenner's fingerprints are still all over this team, but he obviously knows what the hell to do with a good team, so it's nice to see.
So who is actually running the Ignition? I have no idea.
Mr. Josh Beer.
Oh, his name is Josh? Okay.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, I don't know who the fuck that. If you would have said his name is Brian, I would have said okay.
Wow, this guy was in your division and you didn't even know. Yeah, he's been traveling. He travels a lot for work, so he posted a bunch of pictures going to Jays game and stuff. Maybe you should have your finger on the pulse of Slack a little better, sir.
Yeah, because I'm never in Slack. So
I know.
I'm just never in Slack.
Sometimes I wish I wasn't in Slack, like today. Anyway.
Well, like this afternoon was one of those days, wasn't it?
It happens. The kids fight. You just gotta let them play it out. Yeah. All right, number 2 team in the there's some decent records here, right? I mean, and there's some bottom feeders that we'll have to get to, but the Twins, not the defending champions this year, but 2 years out, obviously, made the playoffs last year. When I can't remember what we said. I think you didn't like them so much, and I thought they were still good enough to make the playoffs, but I can't remember. I'm just gonna make you look
obviously,
bad by saying
I liked the rotation, and I didn't like the lineup. And it's, I don't think he's made a lot of moves. Like, I'm looking at these names, I'm like outside of Everhart, who the fuck are these guys?
You say that about everybody. I swear to God, every team you're like, outside of these 2 guys, I don't know who the fuck these guys are.
I'm just I'm just saying like there isn't a lot of big names on this team. That's what I'm getting at.
Fucking Everhart, man.
Yeah, and you have him down to a 60?
Does it matter? Who gives a shit what he is?
I'm just saying, like, wow, he is down to a 60, so.
It doesn't even matter,
he's
honestly.
Very good. I'm not saying he's bad.
He's very good. He's probably the best set. He's probably going to end up being the best center fielder in the history of our game.
Oh, I don't. Boy, that's some.
He's at 81.5 WAR. He's 34. He is on pace for his best season ever.
You were here for Trujillo. You were here for that.
Okay.
Okay. WAR. Okay, I get the WAR. I understand. I'm just saying, Trujillo.
Oh, there's too many guys
named Trujillo. The game. Okay.
Did he?
That's all that I'm saying.
Wasn't he hurt a lot?
I don't.
Guess what, Jason? Sam Everhart already has more WAR than Trujillo. 81.2. So eat my fat ass.
Right, and Trujillo also got hurt a lot.
He did, actually. Yeah. I was going to say injuries probably.
If I had my choice between Trujillo and Everhart, and injuries are not a factor, I'm taking Trujillo every day.
That's just a slight caveat.
That is what I'm saying. Is that if they are equal and Trujillo does not get hurt, I'm taking Trujillo every day.
Well, I'm here to inform you that your choice is wrong.
He changed the game. Okay.
How though? How is this not changing the game? The dude healthy. He isn't he like a fucking captain or something too? He plays elite defense. He hits. He runs. He gets all the ladies. His nickname is Eagle Eye, dude. I don't know what else to say. Anyway,
I'm not
I could go on
discounting
about him all day.
Everhart.
You know I have a soft
I'm
spot
not
for him.
discounting Everhart. I'm just telling you, for my tastes, Angel Trujillo was the number one guy for my taste.
We'll see if Everhart ends up
Am
playing
I
like
allowed
3
to
more
have an
seasons,
opinion?
man. No, of course
Like,
not. What are you talking about?
no, I'm just saying.
You have to host to have an opinion. Yeah, this team looks a lot like last year's team. I mean, there's a few bits and pieces here missing. Justin Freeman got nuked when he got injured. Oops. Yikes.
Yeah,
That sucks.
I mean, I don't.
It's a big one too, right?
He's got one of those guys in Holmes in his rotation who shouldn't be good, but he is.
Oh Lord, it's the Vandy special.
Yeah,
That's
like,
add it to your
that
vocab.
is identical to Vandy, isn't it?
I think he has a
All
lot more
control.
control than Vandy.
Like
Dude,
he shouldn't.
dude.
This guy should not be in the majors, right?
I have a guy just like this, even better,
But
man.
he shouldn't. But you shouldn't.
No, I agree. It disgusts
shouldn't
me.
be in the majors.
I'm gonna bring this guy up.
He should be in AAA,
I love
enjoying
it.
a Bob Evans. Okay, for Christ's sake.
Dude. I was on OSA by accident, whatever. Yeah, I don't get it. I don't like it, but it is what it is, man. Control is king, I guess.
And
Righty side armor who throws 91 to 93 with all yellow and orange pitches and had 3.5 WAR last year.
Look, God bless him, but fuck off. Okay,
I agree.
I will say this about the Twins. I think he's probably has one of the better bullpens that we're gonna see.
I thought it was it was pretty decent. I really like Gabriel McClanahan. He's really like one of the last lefty relievers.
It is actually kind of decent, but
yeah, there's a good, like you can't even look at the overall anymore, right? Like how is this guy?
I think you gotta look at
you gotta look at the actual bars and shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, control and movement are king in this version, which is, I mean, it's different, I guess, but I've seen relievers who are 40 overall who are like have like 60 control and shit, and it doesn't make any sense. So, as always, overall is a meme. Look at this guy. Yeah, man.
What is your outlook on the Twins? Is this really a playoff team? Like,
I mean,
gun to your head.
Yes, probably again fighting for the 8th seed. Yeah, 7 or 8. Yeah, I would say that.
Yeah, I think the pitching is good enough. I'm looking at the lineup and I'm like, I don't know how. I don't see them scoring a shit ton of runs, but they don't have to when you have Allball and Bush. So.
Yeah. Well, Everhart, I actually like Dodson. I think not a lot of people talk about him, but he had a terrible year. Actually, I think he might have been injured or something.
And actually, we're what, like a month into the season? He's actually top 5 in offense and a whole lot of stats. So what the fuck do I know? But
yeah,
he's probably been beating up on the Great Lakes. So
maybe. I mean, he has some sneaky good guys who don't have high overall, like Lon White. Like this is a really good profile. Only 50 overall, though last year he didn't do a whole lot, so maybe I'm smoking something. But yeah, I don't know. The East seemed a little top heavy last year. I imagine it's going to be the same, so I could see them sneaking in the back door, so to speak. So, all right, let's go to my brother's team, the Cleveland Indians, who pretty sure went into nuke it rebuild mode. Well, not according to their record. They're 17 and 13.
It's silly, isn't it?
Oh, he has the number 1 spec in baseball.
He supposedly was back in the tank, so because again, dude. You look at the lineup and there's
trash.
Outside of Ogwin and Waite, there's a whole lot of guys you probably don't know who the heck they are. So
I expected a lot of these players to be fragile because I kept watching his team get nuked over and over, and it didn't make sense to me. And yeah, it's just unlucky, unfortunately, that he's got so many guys who are fragile. Did you know, by the way, this is kind of a tangent, but you know, sitting in free agency is Mr. Jonathan DiMarino.
I do know that.
And he is wrecked.
Yeah,
I
I
I
that's
can't
the
believe it,
problem.
but
That's the issue is when we can see that and you can see that he's wrecked in your brain, you're
yeah.
like, okay, I'm not signing him because I know what's going to happen.
Well, I
Um,
mean, I would look at
because
last year and be like,
because
okay,
if we couldn't see that, somebody who's got a stupid amount of money is
well,
going to go sign him.
he's still
But
going to get signed somewhere eventually. Injuries
yeah,
are bound to bring this guy to a team at some point in this season. Maybe it might be like July for like $4 million, but he's going to get a crack with this bat. But yeah, I mean, when you see 9 injuries last year, right? 8 injuries, it's kind of like the cat is pretty much out of the bag, so to speak. Anyway, a little tangent there, but yeah, Daryl would agree that he's I'm pretty sure he went rebuild mode. He's just playing
um, I
dudes.
think it would be hilarious that he tried to rebuild and then like got the 8th seed.
Yeah,
But
this team looks like trash. Other than
I
yeah, Waite
again
is not what he
when
used to be.
when you're playing the Great Lakes and you're beating up on the Reds and the Brewers, you know,
I suppose,
um,
yeah.
I and even Fucky and the Pirates are bad, and we'll get to them next. And
Ooh, that probably hurt to
this is gonna
say.
be this is gonna be painful. It's gonna be painful. Trust me.
He's got a
Um,
couple of tradable dudes still. I think Olgwin will go this year with retention. I like Olgwin's the only guy we're talking about on this team, and yeah, I think this team is going to get their ass eaten once they get out of the Great Lakes, which is this week, right? Tomorrow, we go to interleague or intra league play, not interleague, intra. So we play the other divisions in your conference, and yeah, they're gonna get
yeah,
destroyed. So,
I think
oops.
Daryl's got a yeah. I think he might go on a 1-5 streak here.
Oh, I'm sure he'll be fine with that. I can't imagine. I don't think he's mad that he's 17 and 13, but he's probably shocked. But I don't think he'll give a shit if he goes like fucking 4 and 20 in intra league play. So let's go to the Brew Crew. The Brew Crew.
The Brewers.
The Brewers with the number one third baseman in the league, Mr. Benton Kaiser. He was sat atop the top of the prospect list for quite a while. Came up at call-up day last year. Was pretty fucking good, and he's even better. His
Yeah,
third base defense might be slightly sus.
I will
Um,
say this about Andrew. He loves himself a third baseman. Um, I don't like. He drafts so many, and they all turn out to be good. He
I would
loves
love it if
himself
he
a third
loved
baseman.
other people as well. Like, okay, this lineup isn't even that bad. Like, I like Wyatt Soloway's hitting profile. Like,
Yeah, I don't think offense is the problem. um, they're 16 and 14, and Andrew is celebrating. He is jumping up for joy at his record right now because usually he's 5 and 40. So,
I don't
um,
think it's that bad, but
but
yeah, the pitching is.
I'm
Oh
looking at his
no!
ERAs out for his starters,
Oh,
and
please get this
it is
fucking guy off your
atrocious.
team.
It
Get
is
this guy off your team,
atrocious.
man. When you see a guy who gets -2 pitching WAR from fucking in Pittsburgh, I'm sorry, but this guy you just
Oh, he's got
it,
Figley, doesn't? Yeah, he's got
you
Yeah.
pretend he doesn't
I seen that
exist.
he signed him, um, and I
Ugh.
was like, I almost sent him a message. That was you shouldn't have did that.
Yeah, I don't.
Um,
I looked at that guy too, and I was like, look at this guy's bars, and I'm like,
dude,
40
dude,
movement
he's
is like,
given
oof.
up 15 home runs in
he's
35 innings.
he's.
I thought
I
when
kind of
in
hope.
Pittsburgh it was bad. Okay,
Oh
I thought
god.
it was bad in Pittsburgh. This is worse.
He's on
He's
pace to
on
give up
pace
81 homers.
81, not runs, home runs.
Holy fuck, man. Yeah, get that.
Sweet
Yeah, the
mother of
pitching.
God, Andrew, please move him to long relief
No, just
or
just cut
to
him.
Triple A.
Cut
Okay,
him
long
right now.
relief or Triple A, because
Don't
you
even.
cannot pitch this guy. And
Like, look at this guy.
not
This is a
in
perfect
not in this
example of
game.
why.
Dude, his bars are insane, but his movement is literally -50 because it's ridiculous.
Oh, but this guy hasn't been good for 5 years, so I guess the game's taking into account of stats. Like Connor Hardcastle looks pretty fucking good according to my scout, but the numbers tell a different story. So yeah, the pitching is a it's poop. It's terrible.
I mean, like some of these guys look okay, but
They're
what
all
are you like?
old, dude. This might be the oldest. Like everybody in the bullpen is over 30. The starters are all 30 or older. Maybe not. No, never mind. There's some young guys in there, but I
I
hate to be
I'm
this
not gonna
guy
lie
and
to
say
you.
this, but how long do you think Benton Kaiser's going to be a Brewer for?
Um, well, it depends if D Rich comes with a big ass offer because this guy's an Atlanta Brave. Um, with
Yeah,
an
yeah,
ADI, I mean,
yeah. He's already a fan favorite. I noticed this about the game that big time specs come up and right away the fans love them if they're actually good. So it's kind of cool to see.
um, I
Yeah.
actually don't want Andrew to move this guy. I want Andrew to fucking
No, me
just
either.
be good.
Build around
Just
him.
have like a 3-year window where you're just good, Andrew. Like figure it
How
out.
how how could it, how does he not have a stacked ass minors like because he picks in the top 5 every year like where are the fucking specs, bro? That's what I'm wondering. Like they're nowhere. There's
Am I on
nothing.
All Star or my scout? Hold on.
Well, at least there's nobody who's gonna help him this year. So I don't even know if half
Well,
these guys are tradable because they're too young. Like,
I mean, his farm looks okay to OSA. The problem is James Tones, his 1-4 from last year, tore his elbow. So
oh, that sucks. Wait, what is my scout? My scout. Wow, my scout does not like Cody Williams. OSA has him as 70. My dude has him as a 45.
I
Okay.
got 45 as well. And again, it's got to be the control is bringing it down because his bars look good.
Oh yeah, it's definitely
His
the
pitches look
control.
good, and he's got good stamina. It,
I'm so
I don't
scared of
know.
drafting prospects that are 20 out of whatever for their control because that I feel like this is almost for surely a signal that he's never gonna get to 45. It's too scary for me. I try not to anyway,
Yeah,
but
I don't know
anyway,
what to
we're
think about the Brewers. Yeah,
I
I
don't
think
know either.
offensively, I think they're good. The pitching like is really bad. It's
Yeah.
really bad. Like I know, like we made some jokes in general. Like I don't know who mentioned it about the Brewers and their pitching, but yeah, it's fucking bad.
It's brutal. I mean, I could see them slugging their way to 500, but
I
that's a
mean,
long shot, I
if
think.
I if I was running them and I was 16-14 and I'm looking at Fagley and all the home runs, I'm getting him out of my rotation.
Well, this is another team that's just gonna get just wrecked now that they're playing out of the Great Lakes. Like he's
Yeah.
not getting like dudes are well, they're already feasting on Fegley and all these other dudes like playing actual good teams now. Like they're
I mean, I'm not gonna lie to you, like Linville should be in the rotation. I know he's a 45, but
yeah, I would
he's extreme
absolutely give
ground
this.
ball and he's got a hitter's park.
I
Like
don't. This dude has been terrible though. Like that's the thing is,
I'm
this team
just
is
trying to
filled
come up
with.
with a different option here.
I know.
Like
I did the same thing. I looked at the players and I'm like, wow, these guys don't have terrible bars, but they just haven't been good. Like this guy played in
yeah.
Cincinnati and he was atrocious. Like it's just one of those guys where the bars look good, but he's just bait. And unfortunately, it looks like Andrew took the bait on a lot of these guys because I don't think they're. Yeah, we've said it a million times. Their pitching is awful. So. Okay. Ooh, here we go. Shit's about to get real now. Mr. Petton. Mr.
What?
Etten.
Who? I call him
Miss
lowercase e.
lowercase e. That's too many syllables. Wow, he's got the number one catcher in the league?
He
Jason
does.
Berry.
Jason, I
Ah.
told you about him last year.
Yeah. He does look really good, actually.
Okay. So if Ryan, if I may.
God, be my guest.
Okay. So this was my team. And this was the year in my head we were going to contend.
I thought that was
The
last year. Hold on. Anyway, I'm
well,
kidding. I'm kidding.
well,
I'm kidding.
again, we were supposed to, and I think we both agreed. Pirates were playing. We just didn't. I couldn't figure out the pitching. And everybody's going to yell at me and
Right.
Slack, it's the movement. Okay, well, okay. This was the year that Justice and Brendan Wolf were going to be ready and they're going to get in the rotation.
Yep.
Well, Jason leaves for Detroit like a fucking dumbass. Okay. And the new GM has not stuck to the game plan that I had. I sent him a message and I said, this is what my plan was. This is what you should do in the dev lab. And guess what he did? He did none of it. And now
He
you're
said
10 and
screw
20.
you.
And you're 10
Yeah,
and 20. Okay.
I don't
You should
don't
be 20 and 10.
don't
Okay.
see any reason why
And
Benjamin
you know
Wolf should
why?
not be in the
Because he
rotation.
didn't put Justice in the dev lab to try to fix the injuries. Okay. And guess what? He's fucking injured, isn't he? Okay.
He is hurt.
Yes. You should have listened to me when I said put him in the dev lab for strength and conditioning.
Hey, how do you know he didn't put him in the dev lab? Did he tell you he didn't?
I know he didn't. I just
he
do.
might have tried and failed. Isn't that shit in
might
here,
have
right?
taken a peek through the assistant commission account.
Don't you? Oh my God! You are actually abusing your powers, you dummy! You can just see it in the history.
I was not abusing it.
Look, he unsuccessfully completed pitch training. So he put him in the lab to increase his movement.
Yeah.
In the dev complex.
Well, guess what? Okay,
and
he's injured.
He was unsuccessful at it. He's injured.
Okay. He's injured. Okay.
So he put him in the dev lab, just not the one you wanted.
Because
Caleb Phillips is injured too. Yeah, he got. Yeah, man, he got shredded with injuries.
You had to put a couple of these guys to fix injury rating, and he didn't do it. Okay, and that's fine. It's his team. Okay, but now you're 10 and 20, and I think he's selling off. He sold PJ Ray. Jason wasn't going to sell PJ Ray. Okay, he was going to be a Pirate.
He didn't put Phillips in the dev lab at all.
So
yeah,
it's his team. He could do what he wants. But my window for the Pirates was going to be now. We were going to expect to be a serious contender. Well, you're 10 and 20. So
yeah, not a great start.
He can't jam it all he wants. He can sell whoever he wants. It's his team. But I'm crying inside. Okay, I'm crying.
I love how you keep saying it's his team. He can do what he wants, but I would have done this and I would have done that. And it's like he can do what he wants, but he's gonna hear about it. God damn it!
You're damn right.
I would be the same. I would be the same way as you. If I left the Cascades, I would watch them with a hawk. Like
it's just when you're the Pirates GM for 40 years.
Yeah.
I'm still emotionally attached.
Yep.
Okay.
The players. I'm sure I can imagine.
It's painful. It's pain, and he's gotten some luck because one of his starters has dev'd up.
Who's that?
Francisco Montilla.
Yeah, Montilla. Yeah, I was looking at this guy.
From unusable to you can use him now. So
wow, he's set as a relief pitcher. First of all, okay, I have some things to say about this player. He's set to a reliever, so if we were to set him to a starting pitcher, probably doesn't look as good. Well, this guy is John Fegley.
I know the bars.
He's still got 80s. He still has 80 stuff though. However, he's got a low stamina. He's
I know
low
what he looks like.
Well, he's got 45 movement.
The overall sucks, but his overall dev'd up a little bit. So just.
He could go. His movement actually, his movement just dropped.
He's lost so many guys to an injury that he can't do anything right now.
I mean, also coming in as a new GM too, right? Like I joined Zeus's league and I inherited. I kind of was in the same situation. I inherited a team that was good and could continue to be good, and I think the plan is sort of to like put together the team in your way and see what happens. And if it doesn't go well, fine, you sell or whatever. And if it goes great, fine, you just keep roll the dice, right? So I think he's just kind of in that mode where he's just gonna see what happens, and we'll see. But I will tell you,
I felt
Jason
like
Berry better fucking fetch a pretty ass penny if he decides to move this guy.
Who is that? I'm sorry.
I said if he decides to move Jason Berry, he better get fucking a pretty penny.
I don't think he's moving any super young guys, but
Well, yeah,
I
I
mean,
was
we'll
gonna
see.
say I wouldn't either. Like the team is so young. Like this is ridiculously. What is the actually? I can look at the average age, right? Let's see, because you have to be like one of the like top 5 youngest teams here. Reports. Where is it? Fuck, I forget where. Oh, it's team age under stats. Kansas City's the oldest, as usual. Pittsburgh, the second youngest team at 27.3 years. Only team
Which is
younger?
I'm just saying, and I'm just looking at his lineup and some of the choices he's making is like he has Derek Bradley playing shortstop.
Uh-oh.
Okay,
Oh my god. Oh my fucking god. Oh
I
Jesus.
this is
Well, it
what
was
I'm
nice knowing you,
saying.
Etten. You're about to get
Some of these
lambasted.
decisions I cannot get
That's...
behind at all. And I'm when I take a peek at the Pirates and stuff, and I see Derek Bradley playing shortstop,
Does he
I
have
start to think,
anybody
okay, what the
else?
fuck is this guy? I'll go, and I know for a fact he's got a utility guy who is a defensive whiz on the bench.
Yeah,
So
Kellen Clace should be playing shortstop.
yeah, yeah,
Jesus
he
Christ,
cannot
bro.
hit a baseball, but he can catch a baseball. So
Well, it doesn't matter. This
just
guy can't fucking hit either, really. But he also can't field. Fucking holy shit. Yeah, that's terrible. I'm not gonna lie. That's really bad. I wanted to go back to the team age. You're the second youngest. By the way, Seattle, third youngest team in the league.
wonderful.
Dusted. Yeah. One. I know, right?
All right,
My team's also the sixth
so
youngest.
I mean, we could
Anyway.
spend like 2 hours on the Pirates if you want, or we can move on.
No.
But
I
I
feel bad because
believe.
Etten's new and everybody has a like I don't know, I can't remember the word, like the filling in period. He'll
And
be
by the
fine.
way, okay, like I love that the cat jam thing has gotten under D Rich's skin like crazy amount, and like he's like he had a fit about it yesterday. It was fucking
Mm.
funny as fuck.
Yeah, I've
So
never seen somebody get so mad at an emoji, man. It's like, just, it's just an emoji,
so
bro. It can't hit you, it can't hurt you, it can't touch you. Don't worry.
yeah.
All right. Yeah, Pirates. I mean, I'd like them better than Milwaukee, so I could see them having like a turnaround. But
This is the thing is that they're off to a bad start, but for Christ, if you just fix a couple things, like this team looks a lot better.
okay, yeah.
Right?
Step one is Derek Bradley needs to be put on the bench, or probably
Yeah.
should go
Yeah.
to
Okay.
AAA.
Step two is get Chase Tuck out of your rotation. Here I am. I'm managing him for you.
Oh,
So.
Jesus. Here we go. Yeah, I would put Wolf in the rotation for
I
sure. I'm not sure.
I mean it just seems like the
But I don't want to
easiest thing.
backseat GM. People play this game in different ways and won, and I don't want to be the guy
Yeah.
to be like, this is
Okay.
how
And
you should
I
play it.
will. I said this a few minutes ago, but he has had some really bad luck with injuries. But
Oh,
some,
yeah.
yeah, I
Got
mean,
destroyed with
it
Justice and
happens to everybody.
Phillips.
Yeah.
I mean, the Justice one was not totally unforeseen, to be completely honest. I mean, look at this guy's injury history already. At 20 fucking 3, he's got 3,
Yeah.
6, 9, 12, 15, 18, 21,
Um.
24. He has
And
30 injuries he has more injuries than years old. I think this guy's
yeah,
days as a starting pitcher are probably numbered.
this is why that Dev Lab thing was like one of the things I suggest. And he also seems to like to send his guys on rehab assignments. Like I don't do that.
Oh,
Like he's
really?
got two
I
guys
always
on. I don't. I unless like a pitcher had like an arm, like a terrible arm injury, and I need him, he's coming right back. But I don't
yeah,
send
my
guys on rehab.
my injury is 1 week rehab for every uh 2 months or something like that. So
Like
yeah, the 2 months
unless I
injury.
can't make a roster spot,
Unless
I
you're desperate, I
usually
guess.
yeah,
Oh, he's
yeah,
got
no,
Prospero. That's right, Prospero.
he,
Uh oh, Miller Head is on
it's
rehab
killing
assignment.
me, man. It's killing me.
A 6 week injury? Yeah, I probably wouldn't bother with a rehab injury. He's also been rehabbing for 2 weeks. Yeah, he probably only needs 1 week. Yeah, little things. He'll get there. Everybody's got their growing pains. Okay, we're done with the Pirates. I'm gonna give you a heart attack and I'll feel bad.
I I'm it's this is painful, bro. It's painful.
I can imagine. I can empathize. I can only imagine if somebody like took over the Cascades and did shit I didn't like, it would be very hard for me to hold it in. So I'll allow it. Whether the rest of the league will, that's up to you.
Yeah. Well, I mean, wait. I mean, hopefully they give him shit for the shortstop. So
Yeah, that
I,
is really really bad, and I don't want to
yeah,
say
because
unforgivable, but because maybe he doesn't know. But
you can't play a 60 range player at shortstop because that then you get accused of tanking, right?
you can play a 60 range player at shortstop. You can't play a 60 range 45 error 45 fielding rating guy at shortstop. I don't. If this guy was 60, 70, 60,
No,
70,
I'm
fine.
I'm throwing it back
But
to when Scott played
oh yeah,
LaMarcus.
yeah.
I'm just and he got
Well,
accused of
Lamarcus was
tanking.
a 50 range shortstop. That's a different story.
Was he
And
50? I thought he was like 60.
no, he was a 50. I think he was 50 or 55 or something. Yeah,
Okay.
that brings me back. Okay, on to the Reds. I'm pretty sure
Oh,
Zeus sold
oh boy.
everything off that he could at the deadline last year, so I think this team is
Yeah,
going full Yort Lab.
he still has Boucher. He can move, but again, he's a first baseman. You
Ah,
know,
nobody wants this
I
guy.
don't know if there's a market
Sorry to
for
say it,
a
but
first baseman. And look at the contract. I'm gonna say
yeah,
untradeable.
no. I'm going to 100% agree. What the
There
fuck?
is one team in this league who would trade for him. You get one
No,
guess.
nobody is going. Nobody. You could get this guy in free agency right now.
You don't believe that Casey Matt will trade for this guy at
No, go
50%?
fucking sign Tyler Sexton. He's wrecked, but who cares? Go sign fucking Eric Cohen, put him at first base, dude. No,
I'm
this
just saying, if
contract
there
is.
is one team who could, it's Casey Matt.
I don't know who. I don't know how much money he
Because
has
I
actually.
believe Zeus messaged me and asked me if I was interested, and I looked at the contract. I said, "Fuck no."
No. There's Virginia has 30 mil to spend. Holy fuck.
Yeah, but that doesn't make
Um,
any sense.
wow. No, but it doesn't make sense. This guy
Well, no,
is.
it doesn't make sense for any teams. But I'm saying Virginia is a rebuilder. I'm just saying, like Casey Matt is trying to
This guy
win.
is getting
I
paid
could see,
$36 million next year. His contract goes
right, but at
22.
50% retained, and then Casey Matt, he'll be able to flip him for something. He'll
Tw-
figure it out.
no,
Casey Matt
this
figures
guy.
it out.
This is about as close to an untradeable guy as I've ever seen, dude. This
Don't tell
contract
Matt
is.
it's untradeable because he'll fucking trade for him.
Okay. I mean, he could try, but I don't think Matt's that dumb, honestly. But well, there's a reason he's still on the team. Like Zeus was literally giving guys away, like not in a sense of like bad trades, but he was
Yeah.
trading guys for anything that made any sense at all. If anybody gave him a sniffed on Boucher, he would have traded him away. He'd probably be happy to give him away for free right now. I know I fucking would be. I'd be throwing this
You
guy
know
on
what's
waivers.
crazy?
If he doesn't clear, I'd be putting him back in the lineup for a week. Fucking putting him back on waivers till somebody
So
gets desperate. It's not
this
happening,
is a
dude.
crazy stat. So we're looking at the Reds roster, and we generally hate it, right? Like
I
there's
mean, not even
nothing much to
generally.
talk
It's
about.
bad.
Yeah. Okay.
There's almost
They have the
nothing to talk
same
about except
record.
for this
They have
guy.
the same record as the Pirates, and I think we both agree that there's a lot to like about the Pirates like roster. So what the
The
fuck is
Pirates
going on here?
have a lot more potential than this team. I mean, this team is
Yeah.
just playing dudes. There's actually a couple of young players that I do not mind. Ben Howell, I think, is could be good, but no, you know what? I take it back. Wait a minute, he's a two-way player. Okay, is he actually pitching? He is pitching, but
Um,
he's not a very good pitcher. I think he's an okay hitter, I
he's
guess.
not listed in the bullpen.
Yeah, actually, he did pretty good 2 years ago. I mean, this guy's tradable for sure,
Yeah, I
but
just
even
there
still,
isn't much here. I mean,
Cody
this is a.
Kvet, he's not
I mean,
what he
this is
used to be.
what would you say, a 55 win team here? Like
Uh,
60 wins?
it's probably 60-ish. I mean, they do have some talent left over. Like Brink is okay again. Um, this Jude Queen guy is pretty decent, especially as a lefty, probably. That splits aren't even too bad. Like this guy's infinitely more tradable than DJ Boucher. This looks like a team that just paid a lot of guys a lot of money and then ran into some holes and didn't have any money to deal with it, right? So at that point, you're like, wow, the crop is kind of spoiled, and it's time to just Jenner your shit and go again. So I can respect that.
I would argue that and I know we're only doing half the league. I don't know if we're going to find a worse roster. I think I like the Brewers more than this. And the Brewers are bad.
I definitely like the Brewers.
No, I'm just saying I don't think we're going to find in the three divisions a worse roster. Now I know there's a team that has a worse record, but
yeah,
I don't know if we're going to find a worse roster.
It's hard to say because we have the Pacific to go through, and there's a couple of bad teams at the bottom of the Northwest. But for now, this is 100% far and away the worst team we've seen. I would take Milwaukee over this team 10 out of 10 times.
Yeah,
and not even question. So yeah.
All right,
sorry, Zeus, but I believe that's by design. He right. It's tanking.
What are we like? I'm not saying go team for team in the other divisions, but who do you think are the 8 teams to make the playoffs in the East? Since I guess we've got the East completely done now.
Oh yeah, that's right. Too. Yeah, I mean, I didn't see enough in the off season to really make me think it's going to be any different than last year, right? Like I was looking at the playoff history, and I was like looking at all these teams, and like I could see them all making it again. Obviously, the Phillies are off to like the goofiest start ever, but like I could see that.
The Phillies have the same record as the Pirates and the Reds.
But I could see them flipping it around. Like maybe one team takes the Phillies spot, but I mean, wait, why do the Yankees have this logo? What the fuck?
Wait a minute.
Why are all the logos fucked up?
My logos shouldn't be fucked.
Okay, that's awkward.
I guess when you
yeah, look at my screen. If you look, it has like the original like.
Oh, you know what? Mine too. I never.
I guess when you look in the history, it brings up old logos.
I got Memphis.
That's interesting.
Maybe you should. Hey, write this out on your list of things to do in the morning. Fix the logos.
No, the regular logos are good. It's just when you look in the playoff history, old logos come up. So anyway, it doesn't matter. Anyway, the Yankees are going to be back. Well, Memphis will be back. Ignition, Atlanta, Blue Jays.
8 teams in it now. Okay, the Black Bears are a playoff team. The Brewers.
No, they're not.
They're currently a playoff team.
No, they're not. Okay, but they won't be. No, they won't.
No, but I'm saying is
they're not there yet.
Weird shit in the East going on. Okay?
It's a small sample. This shit happens every year when we play within your division. Goofy shit happens. Some teams look way better. Some teams look way worse. Yeah, by the All-Star break, we'll have a pretty good idea.
Before we were supposed to do the pod on Tuesday, that I had said I thought the Phillies might be the team to beat in the East, and they're 10-20. So
it happens. Every team.
Weird. Like
every
like so
team
many
in history.
Moves, and
this is what bugs me.
The right moves, and
is that
little did we know that AJ knew and nobody else did. So
every single team in the history of our league has had one abnormal season. The Mariners have had one. If we go back, I remember it right here, 2044. They just randomly went 71-91 after they won 94, and they won 91 the next year. The fucking Blue Jays had the same shit happen like 20 years ago, I remember. Let me see. Where was that shit? Right here. They won 99 fucking games. Then they won 66. Then they won 99 again. I don't know why it happens. It's just statistics. It's gonna happen every once in a while where a team that looks good and should be as close to as good as they were the year before are gonna shit the bed. I don't know why it happens, but it happens. And to act like it's not a thing of precedent is just wrong, in my opinion. So if the Phillies go fucking like 70-92 this year, so be it. It's gonna happen. And could they win 92 again the next year? Yeah. It's just bad. It's just all your players having bad years at the same time can just compound and bang. You're having a weird ass terrible year. That being said, I've seen it too many times. Hashtag AJ knows or AJ knew. The White Sox started off like fucking 5-25 one year and still made the playoffs. So this shit is not over by an absolute long shot. And I still
agree
like
with
the
you.
Phillies.
I think Trent just needs to have like a cigarette and a bourbon.
Oh, if I was
And
Trent, I would be fucking tearing. Well, I don't have any hair,
I'd be
and I think
furious,
Trent doesn't
but
either. So you'd be
yeah,
picking out
I mean,
whatever nose hairs you had left because it would be pissing you the fuck off. I get that, but
no,
I'm
I'm
just
just saying
saying
is
it's
that
happened before. Is all
I
I'm
think
saying.
that some of the teams that have good records now might not have good records at the end of the year. Like,
I
frankly,
completely
I'm
agree.
surprised that the Expos are good. I figured the Expos were in a rebuilding mode. I mean, you don't move
Nah,
Romano and expect to be 20-10.
not when he
Like
can
the
go and
Black
fucking
Bears,
sign everybody in free agency that you're trying to sign. Sorry, I'm a little pissed off, but
yeah.
I can never count
I
Chalk
mean,
out. He's too much of a wizard. Him and Sam, they just have too
yeah.
many tricks up their sleeve, man. They're just wizards. I swear to God. So
I
never count those two
I
out.
think the standings are upside down right now. You got the Indians.
Again, it's
you got the Black
30
Bears.
games. Literally 1/5 of the season has been played, right?
I'm just saying that the standings are traditionally what we were expecting are kind of upside down right now, and it's going to take. And if the Jays are currently under 500, and Trent's 10-20, and I believe we both would have predicted that those are playoff teams.
Yeah,
So
I don't want to say
a lot
upside
has to
down because
flip
I think there's just a couple of teams that have bad starts, but I wouldn't like flip any divisions around per se, right? Like, Atlanta at the top
My
doesn't
point was that
surprise
a
me.
lot. There's like 3 or 4 teams that are just out of whack right now. So
What's
I
that
don't think the
saying?
Expos. I haven't really looked at the Expos, but
Iron sharpens
like,
iron. I expect the Atlantic to be really good again in like a month's time. If we look in 4 weeks, I bet you there's 4 or 5 teams in the Atlantic above 500. So anyway, yeah. Sorry for ranting, but yeah, I don't see the playoffs shaking up too much. I could see the Mets having a bounce back year maybe and taking the spot because Brandon seems to just have some magic up his sleeve as well. So yeah, I don't think there's going to be too much moving and shaking. Teams that were bad last year are marginally better or worse. Maybe on purpose or not, but everybody who was good last year. Actually, I like the Expos. I liked the Expos last year, and I still think that I still think they got a little robbed last year. So I'm kind of happy to see them rebounding a little bit, honestly. Anyway, what's your take?
I don't think you trade Romano and expect to win. Like, you don't trade probably the best starting pitcher in the league, and
Yeah,
then
but who did he get
expect
back
to be
though?
20-10. No,
Didn't he
but
get?
right, but he got prospects back. He got Tally and he got
Didn't he
prospects.
get? Yeah, he got Tally back, right? Like he didn't get.
Okay.
But he
Well,
traded
great. Well,
he traded from strength. Oh fuck! It doesn't expand the trade anymore. God, I hate that
Tally
stupid
is
shit.
basically, yeah, he's a leadoff hitter.
Bro,
And he's fine. I'm not trying. I'm just saying. But when you trade Romano and you take prospects that aren't in the majors, and all you have right now in the majors is Tally, I'm just saying is that's a downgrade to your overall roster.
I agree. I agree there. You're not wrong. It's a
downgrade.
downgrade.
Now,
It's a downgrade in the
like
immediate.
But for him to be 20-10, I think is is an anomaly. I don't know. He wasn't good last year. The Expos were not good last year. So.
I actually think that he traded Romano. Fuck, I keep clicking back by accident. He might have gotten rid of him at his peak. Ironic to say, at 26 years old. He had that 9.5 WAR year, and then he saw the 5 WAR, and then I don't know if he saw something or something. Like he only pitched 155 innings. He is durable though. I was gonna say maybe it's injuries, but not really. I don't know. I guess he just soured on him, but yeah.
Okay,
actually, yeah, I don't know, man.
You
have a good point.
The Expos to come back. I'm just saying, I would expect the Expos to come back to earth just a little. Okay.
That's fair. I don't think this but their pitching has been good. But I think it's a playoff team. Anyway, we're yammering. Yeah. And
well, again,
we're going in circles.
I believe I caught on the other podcast that they kind of downplayed the Yankees a little bit, and I was like, I was surprised to hear that. That I think the Yankees are the class of the division. And I don't like to
Yeah,
break down the
they're
North, but I remember I thought I heard Mikey say he was kind of downplaying like the Yankees are like a mid 80s wins team. I'm like, you fucking crazy? I think the Yankees
uh
are going to win the division, but
yeah, that
um,
Jakob had knows exactly what he's doing. His rebuild is looking beautiful. I
yeah.
agree, they're gonna be good.
Well, like, and again, he signed Ramirez in the off season, and that was like the perfect signing. So
Yep. Yeah, he
I
knows what
think
he
the
needs.
Yankees are going to wake up, and I think they're going to cruise. I think the Expos are going to come back to earth.
Okay,
Um,
Dan's saying
but
that Romano was traded because
and
he was
I think
asking
the
for
Phillies are coming back. I honestly, God, I think the Phillies
me
are
too.
going to have some 4-2s and some 5-1s, and Slack's going to be way more pleasant.
They're
Um,
gonna play the Great Lakes and have a good time. Okay,
I
so
honestly,
Romano was traded because of his extension ask. He was asking $55 million, and so that's why he traded him because he couldn't afford it. And then Texas Sam gave him 35, 32 and a half, 30, 25, 22 and a half. A very nice deal that averages out to like what, like 28 mil a year or something like that. So maybe Jock did kind of get scammed. He pretty much got him for half what his asking price was.
yeah. So
AAV, so that's rough. But I think
okay,
they'll be
well,
fine without him. And I like Tally.
so
I'm
okay.
I'm a center
Do you
fielder
think the
lover.
Pirates are a playoff team, or do you think they're going to get their heads out of their ass? Or
No, I don't think so. I could see
yeah,
them sniffing it, but I don't think that the injuries, like Justice is obviously their best pitcher, and the injury he's not gonna last a year. Like he'll get injured again. So there's just too many holes that there. It's a depth thing, I think. Like right, you see it in the shortstop. Even though they should be playing the other guy's not very good either. So when they lose guys to injuries, it's gonna really hurt them. So
yeah. Okay. All right, let's move on.
moving on, let's go to the Pacific. The Pacific, led
Who
by
won the division last year?
last year I
Was it the Padres?
believe. No, they did not win it. I believe it was the Dodgers. I want to say. Let's take a look
Was it the
in the
Dodgers
history.
again?
Yeah, if Craig doesn't get hit, yeah, it was the Dodgers. They won 95 games. I know people like to meme on Craig moving teams or whatever, but the guy knows what the fuck he's doing, man. I don't think I've
Um,
actually ever seen him rebuild yet, and he's been in the league for how long?
so Ryan, what year did Craig take over the Dodgers?
The Dodgers? Oh God, had to have been 10 years ago now.
He's well, however many years it's been, he's never missed the playoffs
Yeah, this team hasn't missed the
ever.
playoffs since 2034. So yeah, they're
Yeah,
fucking good.
so however many years it's been, whether it's been 10 or 12 or 15, he's never missed.
See, when he went
So
84 and 78 2 years ago, and I was kind of excited because I was like, oh man, maybe this is finally the time where he 2043. Dan says, thank you, Dan. So yeah, since 2043, you can see his record is he hadn't won less than 88 games, won 84, and he was kind of lamenting about his team. And I'm like, finally, I'm gonna get to see Craig rebuild and see how he does it. But nope, he didn't have to. Just retooled. This dude, he's the king of retooling. He lets the right guys go. He signs the right guys. Um, yeah, I don't have any other more praise other than like probably the most consistent GM we've had in the last. Like our league is 50 years old, right, or 55. I'm gonna go and say like he's right up there with Dustin and Amin in terms of like consistency, in terms of how good his teams are. Over the last 20 seasons, he's right there on their ass nonstop. So I'm not shocked that they're 20 and 10, and they're gonna probably win their division again. Sorry, JP, please don't angrily meme me. Yeah, I like I look at this team every year, and the pieces are mostly the same, but he's able to fill in. He's got missing puzzle pieces, and he somehow is able to find the perfect puzzle piece to fit in, whether it's a guy in free agency, or whether it's a young guy from the minors, or whether it's a sneaky trade or some dude for a fifth rounder. Like he always seems to find a way to plug the holes perfectly. Well, not perfectly, but pretty damn well. So And the same thing,
Yeah,
like you look
he's
at the team and there's some new names, but go ahead.
I mean, he's getting some performances that are. Wait, where's Mikey at? Like, I imagine Mikey eventually is going to look at Jorge De La Paz and lose it in general chat. Because I know it's
Oh
small
yeah.
sample size, but this is the kind
Yeah.
of shit that drives Mikey crazy. But
This is 14 game sample size. I think we'll let it fly. Probably because of an
I'm just
injury, I
saying it's a
assume.
small. Yeah, but he's. I don't think if you look at those bars, you're like he shouldn't be that good. I know it's small sample size, but
It's
you know,
14
this is. I
games.
said that. That's. Do you listen to what I say? It's a
I
small sample
do,
size.
but still, it should be the end of the conversation. Small sample size. Yeah, I know you're right. You're right. Yeah, it's frustrating to look at a team and look at this guy and be like, what the fuck? How can I get a guy like that to do that? So, but yeah.
Yeah, and you get sims where guys are hot, and he's had a couple sims now where he's been really good. So, but I'm just saying, if this shit continues, Mikey's gonna lose it. So,
Losing
uh,
Spicer is kind of
yeah,
kind of a
I was gonna say
scam
that
actually.
there's one thing that happened to Craig. He got hit with injuries.
Yeah,
So,
well, it's a 3-year deal,
and
and he basically 1 year is nullified.
yeah, because I think he lost about $40 million
Yeah, that's right.
in
Wade
injuries.
too. Yeah,
Yeah,
Wade's
about $40
only
million
2 months, but
dollars.
still,
So
that's a
yeah, I
bit
mean
rough. But
it's
these were
and
preseason injuries, right? So or at the start. So I mean,
spring
he's
training.
20. Yeah, Spicer was spring training. Hunter Wade was like the second week of the year. So this is a 20-10 without those two guys. So I have no doubts Craig will make the playoffs. He's probably gonna fight Cali and San Diego all year for the top spot. And I could see 3 teams in. Well, we'll get to that later on, but I think 3 teams in this division are going to win 95 games because the other 3 fucking suck. Anyway,
Yeah. All right. So
um,
are the Padres
anybody?
next?
Yeah, we'll do the pod. No. I think Cali's next. We'll make JP wait because I want to
Because
boil his
he
blood a little
holds
bit.
receipts. Be careful. He holds receipts.
That's fine. I never have a problem with
So
JP. You guys just have to just
um
let him do his thing.
is are the Angels really good? Like
I mean, I could say the same thing about Mikey. I think if Mikey stays in this league for 10 more years, he should probably already be close to there, but he's going to get the same status as Craig and those guys. Like, the dude always runs out a good team. He always has guys ready if somebody goes down. Like, the only time he had a bad season, I think he got pretty unlucky, if I recall. And that was, this 82 and 80 season. Well, otherwise, yeah, this is like how I feel with having Seattle into my division. Like, you put together a good team, and there's fucking always a guy right there in front of you that you have to contend with, and you know they're always going to be good. Well, there's 2 of them in this league, in this division. The Dodgers and Angels are practically never going to be bad. So I would hate to fucking rebuild and be in this division because you know you're going to have to slog it out with those 2 guys. And maybe even JP now that his team is actually fully rebuilt. Maybe him too. Like, this division would be the one I wanted to be in the least. But I mean, he keeps putting out good teams, and he has Mr. Keenan, who we know definitely has a higher than ADI, right? Got to be. I said this many times, but I think it's got to be like 90 something for the eye for him to get 153 fucking walks. Is
he's
absolute
currently on
madness.
pace to walk
What the fuck?
173 times. Wait, okay. So is I busted? Like he's not really
I
gonna
mean,
walk 173 times, right?
no. His BABIP is also up too, so it's that's guess
I'm
balls in
just
play. But
saying,
he's hot
like
right
that
now.
is
But
a crazy
that's
amount of
crazy.
walk.
Yes, it is. Yeah, I mean, I is very strong right now, no doubt about it. But again, just to do the arguments, nowhere near what the fucking stolen bases were, like league wide. Well, we can look, right? Uh, Statistics. historical simulation accuracy. Where is it? Walks per plate appearances. So yeah, it's definitely up, but it's actually identical to what it was in like the mid 2000s and early 2020s. The actual juiced ball era. I see guys say the juice ball era. Guys, let's go back to the mid-teens. Go look at Alex Rivera and understand part of the reason why that man fucking slapped the ball around and called it Susan is because the average was 5.2 runs per game for some of these years. So, uh, personally, offense is a little higher than I would like it, but I still prefer this than to what we had in like the fucking where was it? Where we had well, yeah, like last version basically, where it became like Seattle set an ERA record every year. I think this is more fun. Does it suck to try
Yeah,
to figure out what a
yeah,
good
Ryan.
pitcher is?
We
Yeah.
all love it when our bullpen just implodes every other game. We just love that. We love it. We love it. We love it.
Hey, gotta find the right pitchers. Gotta get yourself
Oh
some Hunter
yeah.
Vandies.
Hey, Ryan. Why don't you make a list of what the type of bullpen arms works in this game? Okay, because
Hey,
I think we
I'm
have
just
36
as
teams
lost
that
as
are trying to figure that out.
I literally just put 3 new pitchers in my bullpen today, buddy. I am on the same page as everybody else. I think historical success is just gonna play a big role as we spend more time on this version. Guys who like look like crap but can get it done are gonna be the guys who become prominent. So anyway, quite off topic there, but back to the Angels. I believe it's
I don't think
almost
this team looks as good as they've looked in the past.
This is basically exactly the same team, right?
I think this lineup is very, as the kids say, mid. You have
This is
Keenan. I'm just looking
no.
at it. I go, I don't see a lot of that lighter green. I don't see a lot of blue. I just think it's kind of just a bunch of dudes that are kind of okay. But I think
I
his
think
pitching is good. But
Yeah, I think last year they were kind of carried by the pitching more so than the hitting. Like this looks like exactly the same team, by the way. I don't recognize any new hitters.
didn't he trade for D Marino last year? I
Yeah, I
vaguely
mean, but
remember him
that
trading.
didn't work out, I don't think. But
No,
like all the
well,
guys that are on his team were all the guys that were on his team last year. Like every single player, right? Hudson Scott was probably the most recently acquired guy. Or Demon Long, he traded. That's right, he traded with Indy. It's a deadline deal for Demon Long. So yeah, the hitting side is exactly the same as what it was last year. I kind of expect better than what they've done so far. A little better, but yeah, I don't think this team is gonna light the box score on fire in terms of offensive stuff. But the pitching, though, whew, I think the pitching it doesn't look too great right now, but I think it will get there. Also, I think their starting center fielder DeWitt is on the IL, but he's nothing crazy to write home about.
didn't
But Mr.
he say that Hank DeWitt took a death hit? Yeah.
Yeah, well, that's why I clicked on him because I expected him to look a little better, but uh, yeah, oh, he did. Oh, wow, he did. March of this year, he lost pretty much 5 points in every offensive category except for power.
Yeah, I believe it happened in the dev lab. So, um,
That's scary, man. See,
buyer beware of that, right?
failing the dev lab isn't supposed to kill a guy, but from my understanding of it. But yeah, I've seen guys who are unsuccessful. I put specs in there who failed and lost 5 points and everything, and I was like, well, that fucking sucks. Well, not to say that this wouldn't have happened anyway, but to a 24-year-old, yeah, that's tough to watch.
Yeah. I think the Angels are a good team. I don't think they're great. I would argue that there may not be a better 1-2 punch than
You,
Spinsick and Mayer and Mays.
yep,
At the
you
top of the
literally took the
rotation.
words out of my mouth. I was
Yeah,
actually
I
going to
don't.
just say
Yeah,
that phrase.
I think obviously we're gonna get to the Mariners. I think I know they're gonna have a good 1-2. I know the Twins have a good 1-2. I think the Yankees have a good 1-2. This might be the best two, and which is why it's crazy that the Angels have not had more success in the playoffs because if you're basically throwing out 2 number ones,
Yep.
like that gives
Giving
you
yourself
such
two
a
really good
huge
chances.
edge in
Yeah, exactly.
in a 7-game series that for 5 or for 3 or 4 games you are pitching Spensick and Mays. So it's just um
Yep, I
like
totally
I
agree
like
with
the
you, man.
Angels. I don't love them, but
Yeah, they're like a tier. They're definitely a tier down from LA in terms of looks.
yeah, I think when we get to like the next team, I think the Angels are probably the third best team.
I will
Um,
say that their bullpen looks completely solid, though. The only thing they're really
well,
missing is like a big lefty, but those are so rare nowadays. But like Mark Bernal is
but
looking hot.
he put Bernal, yeah, in the pen.
I love it.
So
I love it, man. This guy's perfect for the pen. Basically a starting pitcher, but doesn't quite have the stamina. Extreme fly ball is crazy. Wait, extreme fly ball, but 55 movement. How the fuck does that compute? So weird, man.
and he throws a sinker and a splitter, so 2 pitches that are supposed to move down, and he's extreme fly ball. Does
Yeah,
that make
change up,
fucking sense?
sinker, splitter, knuckle curve. Like, yeah,
Yeah,
I don't get it.
like all those pitches should outside of the fastball,
Yeah,
are gonna have a downward plane. Am I
yeah, I
correct
love
in that?
those.
I'm just
This
saying.
guy's
So how the
beautiful.
fuck is that extreme fly ball? I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know.
Unless
Actually,
his
his
aim
bullpen
is
looks like a lot of the guys look quite solid. I don't know about numbers wise, but oh, James Dahl. I got this guy off waivers and he was good for me last year. Off from Memphis, I think, or something like that. But good to see him get. Yeah, I like their bullpen. Their starting pitching has a hole with this. Well, maybe not with a Stewie Asher guy. It looks a little sus, but I think it's a little flopped right now because of spring training shenanigans. But yeah, I like this team just a touch less than the Dodgers for sure.
yeah. Yep.
Ah,
All right,
Jacob
let's move
going on.
on to the
My man, Jakob going on list. Look at that. Although giving your names on your list, man. Oh no, that's who he picked already. Okay, good. Yeah, I was like, don't give away the names on your list.
what the fuck is he doing? I'm looking at
He's
Slack now. What?
he's going on vacation and he's setting a list like a good GM, man.
Yeah, but that's who he picked, right?
Oh no, he's going on auto. I
Riley
thought he was
Ryan was his
going on.
first round draft pick. What am I looking at? Okay, never mind. I'll go back to Slack. Okay.
All right,
All
all
right.
right,
All right.
all right,
Padres.
all right, all right, all right, all
Okay.
right, all
Do
right, all
not
right.
slight. If you are going to type in journal chat, do not talk shit about the Padres. JP has receipts. So,
I mean, let's get this fucking war crime out of the way, okay? Dwight and Dye, I have nothing left to say.
it,
If this
it
doesn't tell you that pitching is busted, I don't know what is. That's all. That's
well,
all.
yeah, because who was the one other guy that we just said who looked just like this?
Yeah, but that nobody with this profile is this elite. Like, I have my own little Vandy clone, and he's pretty good, but this guy is fucking elite,
Okay,
dude.
so the proof is in the pudding, right? So
It should
does
be.
JP and I don't even though I ran the playoffs last year, I wasn't watching the fucking games. I was just running the sim. Um, did JP start him in the playoffs? That's the question. Does JP have the balls to
I
start
don't
this
know.
dude in the playoffs?
I
Because
wasn't here. I didn't get a chance to watch anything. I was in the middle of
because if this
fucking.
was me, he'd be in long relief.
Well,
But
we can take a look in right now. And last year he did see 5 starts, and he walked 5.3 guys per nine in 25 innings. Didn't give up any
okay,
homers and struck
okay,
out
so
the same amount of guys.
he did have the balls
Oh
to
yeah,
start him in
he
the.
started him. Yeah, he started 5 games for him. So yeah,
Well, no,
he's
but I'm just saying, like, it's one thing to put this guy in your rotation, in the regular season, but when games really matter, are you like, oh, I'm for sure going to start this
wait.
dude?
You would not
I
trust this
wouldn't be
guy,
confident at all.
bro? You got to dance with the ladies that got you there. If this guy is good all season, you can't just take him out randomly out of your gut. Like the numbers don't lie.
I
Anyway, I'm tired of
I
looking
don't.
at this fucking yellow ass profile. That guy's so disgusting and it makes me mad. But again, part of it is the park. You have to acknowledge that part of it is JP has the most pitcher-friendly ballpark in the game, if not the top 3, 100%. So that definitely helps this guy. But still, all right,
So
that's my rant about that guy.
I
So
think
yeah,
the Padres
Peter
are,
Pollock
are
fucking
for
sucks,
real.
right? Oh, I'm sure
sorry?
they are. The Peter Pollock sucks ass, right?
Hold on, let me click on him, and he's just a 55 now, isn't he? Yeah, look at
Yeah,
that.
I
He's
got
only
45
a
out of 55.
55.
There's no way he
Wow,
makes it to. He won't make it to
so
65 contact. He's already
so
25.
now
He did have
obviously my
6.7
scout is
UBR last
different,
year, though.
but to OSA, he's a 45 overall.
That's what I
And
got
he's
to.
not
My
even
guy's
dev,
identical to
20,
OSA.
he's 25, and
Yeah,
to
these
OSA,
bars are not going to fill
those
in.
bars are not dev'd in.
Yeah, they won't
So,
fill in.
what exactly are we waiting for now? Because he's 25. 25
Well, you got to
is
play
kind of
him,
that
right?
cutoff, isn't it?
You can't give
No,
up
but
on him.
like, if you have a 25-year-old spec, I would expect those bars to be pretty much dev'd in then.
For sure,
He
yeah.
should be rocking and rolling all
But
night long.
it's not time to give up on him yet. I would say he's only 25.
No, right. But he is not that super stud that you paid, because he paid out
Yeah.
the ass, right?
Yeah,
You paid for him.
The trade
So,
doesn't look too good right now.
if
For
you're
sure.
getting now, if JP was getting, and he dev'd into a 70, and he had 80 contact, and a 75 eye or something gross like that, it'd be a different story. That contact is 55,
I actually just
65
think it'd be.
potential.
Yeah,
I
I
don't
think
think
if
it's
he could play
getting it.
third base, it might be a little different. But I don't think this plays
Right.
third base.
And again, you're playing this guy at first base, a traditionally cleanup hitter, power spot. Well, that's your first baseman. So
yeah, but with this ballpark, man, I think he's playing the small ball game, right? You got how you have to win, and look at his offense.
Brian. I'm
You're
trying
just
to shit
trying.
on JP just a little
You're
bit,
the one
because
who
we're gonna
warned
like a lot of this
everybody.
other shit.
You're
like a lot of this other stuff he's done.
Boy,
I'm just saying,
you're sure
again, we
all
have to find
ornery
something.
tonight. I tell you what. You and I both need to go get a beer, honestly. He's first
Beer.
in pretty much all offensive categories, which is
Yeah.
fucking bizarre, honestly, when you look at his ballpark. He made the right decision in trading for Nee and keeping him too. Nee was really good for him last year, and it looks like he's off to a pretty good start too. So it's nice to see that. Wow, he's only 27, dude. Feels like this guy's been around forever. I literally remember the day he was drafted because my brother took him. Yeah, in the 1-3 in 2046. It's wild.
My concern with the Padres is injuries, because we know that Nee gets dinged up a little bit. Okay.
Yeah, he'll probably have a couple injuries this year.
Look at Keller in the rotation, and then you're gonna click that injury tab.
Yeah, that's not looking too hot.
Yeah. So he's got some injury concerns that could derail, not completely derail, but there's some speed bumps here in the future. So,
wow, very interestingly, and I guess correctly, he's keeping Thomas Roca in AAA probably till call-up day.
Yeah.
It would have been very hard for me to keep this guy down there, considering this.
So JP, and I love this about JP, is that he is uber aggressive. Okay, he subscribes to the fuck them picks strategy when you're in your window, and that's what he's done. He's moved a lot of his draft picks, and I haven't looked at what he has left. My concern is that if you lose Nee, if you lose Keller, I know you can bring up Roca, but if you lose a couple guys, you don't have a whole lot of assets left.
He doesn't need, but I mean, you just look at his AAA rotation. He has basically 5 guys who could fill in easily for anybody who's injured.
But I don't know what his whole farm. Did he have capable backups that you could come on and play and replace? What if you lose Nee? What if you lose
I don't know
Let's
about the
see.
hitting. Yeah.
What if you lose Greer? What if I'm just saying, like,
Well,
shit
but yeah, but
happens.
you can ask that about every single team though, right? Every team you can be like, well, what if we lose this guy?
No,
What if we
but
lose this guy? So.
JP, my point was
Oh, I see what you're saying.
JP's
Yeah,
over aggressive.
he's got nothing
He
left,
can't
is what you're
trade
saying.
for these things now.
Right.
Like he's got to have a prospect now. Like he's not trading 2 firsts for, you know,
Does he have no
a hitter
picks?
now.
There's no way he has no picks for the next 2
He's
years, right?
he's traded away a lot of his picks.
Let me look. 20. Well, we can look at this year. He traded. Yeah, he only has a 4th rounder in the top 5. Okay, next year. Yeah, he has nothing until the 7th. 2057.
Yep.
Okay,
See,
he has all
you
those
see what I'm
2057 picks, though. I mean, he has
2057.
2057
Nobody
picks.
gives a fuck about 2057 right now. Okay. Because JP was coming after one of my players, and I was it JP or was it somebody else? And I think it was JP. I told him I don't want to pick in 3 years. I want to pick next year, and he couldn't do that.
Yeah, yeah.
So I'm just saying is that he's maximized his roster now. If the roster takes injury hits, like he can't make a deal. Like he's gonna.
I think his AAA team is pretty deep though. I know pitching wise, like I looked at his pitching. Like if he gets an injury to a pitcher, he has 5 guys in AAA who could come in and fill in, no doubt. Hitting wise, you're probably right.
He's not trading for an established player. He's got to depend on unproven players.
Well, I mean, they're not unproven if they're first though, right? Like, I know what you're trying to say, but for now, oh my God, Ty Moss is hitting 191. Oh man. Like he's what did he get for ZR last year anyway? Only 13. Yeah, I mean, you can't argue with 23-7. It's probably quite lucky. Maybe not quite lucky, but he's probably had some fair luck. No, he's not. Pythag has him at 0. He has plus 81 run differential, best in the fucking league. Like, yeah, I don't know, man. Like you said, the proof is in the pudding. I don't expect them to win like 100 games, but yeah, this team looks like they're ready.
If everything falls right, this is a 100-win team.
Really?
I believe that. I believe this is a 100-win team. Now, if Keller goes down, if Nee goes down, if you lose other guys, if you just get a random bad injury, I'm just saying is that things can go. He goes from a 100-win team
you
to
think
a 90-win
they can fall
team.
off the wheels?
But I'm just saying if things don't go haywire, I believe this is a 100-win team. It's just I like his roster. I think he's made the right moves. Whether you like them all, it's.
I was literally going to say this looks like a 90-win team to me. That's exactly what they won last year. It's essentially the same team.
Better than the Dodgers. I think they're better than the Dodgers.
Oh, sorry, I didn't.
I do.
Wow, that's that is a hot ass take. Holy shit, bro.
Well, now again, I think the Dodgers are a 95 to 97 win team. So I mean, they're not 10 games better than the Dodgers, but I think they're better than the Dodgers.
That's.
But it's not a huge gap. It's just it's 2 or 3 games. And I think the Angels I think the Angels are probably 86 to 90. So I mean, the division he's not winning the division by 20 games.
If I had to bet $100 right now, 9 times out of 10 I would bet it on LA. I am actually shocked that you think this team could win 100. I think this team has played Vegas, Fresno, and Arizona and absolutely wrecked their face. And I think they're about to get some real teams and stuff. And I like this team less than California, honestly. We're seeing different things, I guess. I just don't think I don't know.
Okay, I'm looking at the schedule. He swept the Angels. He's 500 against the Dodgers, and he's whooping everybody else. He's 5-1 against the Angels, and the Dodgers and him are 3-3, and he's destroyed everybody else.
I will say I like them less than the Angels, but I think that it's going to be a slogfest fight at the top of the division for between around 92-ish to 95, because Vegas and Fresno and Arizona are all going to lose 100 games. Well, 95. So
And
I can see them there. But
actually,
if
he
I
does
had to pick,
have.
if I had to tier the teams, I would. To me, in the way I'm seeing, in the way I look at teams, it's definitely Dodgers, Angels, Padres. Well, I think the Angels and Padres are pretty close, but I would still put the Padres behind.
So I didn't look. So when I was on my little tangent about he doesn't have anything to move. He has 3 pitching guys in the minors.
Yeah.
They're all in triple. I hadn't clicked on it yet. I just clicked on it. He has 3 pitchers. If he needs something,
Yeah.
if somebody goes down and he needs to make a move, he can move one of those pitchers.
I don't think that he needs to. If a pitcher goes down, he could just bring those pitchers up, but
No,
I
I
don't think
meant
he's
if he
trading them.
loses a position player.
Yeah, I
If
guess
something
so.
bad happens,
I
and
still
you
think
have to make a move.
Roger Ellis is the fakest spec I've ever seen, but he is looking a little better than the last time I looked at him. He's got 60 control potential now, so. But anyway, all right, we're ranting, but I guess we just disagree on this team.
A little bit. He
Oh, no,
has
you're good.
a piece or two to move to get something if he needs it.
All right, let's go to the Knights because I called out Dan. I guess I'm just thinking of the Vegas Knights of old. He says we're not even going to lose.
Knights, because if you say the Knights, I have to say next. So.
Ooh, well, I said they were going to lose 95 games, and Dan said in Slack, Vegas isn't even going to lose close to 95 games, you bum. So let's take a look at his team and dissect that statement.
Did Dan call up his prospects or something? Because who are we supposed to be excited about besides Oren? You gotta call Mark Oren up. He's 24, yeah.
Yeah, he's there. I like Mark Oren. He looks like a good player.
Yeah, just
I'm a little worried that
him up and he's ready to play, but you don't really have anything else behind him. You have Jair Leah, who looks okay, but
Jesus
he's
Christ,
not filling
Kikuchi.
up a lineup here.
I was gonna say this guy looks like Kikuchi a little bit, and then I looked up Kikuchi and he's in Dan's farm system. That's hilarious. The guy's getting paid $8 million just to play in AAA, man. The reason I said that is because this guy looks a little Kikuchi-ish to me, but not quite. Kikuchi has a high I, but 25K. So
I'm not looking exact. What did Dan say he was going to win?
He said he's not going to lose 95, which means he thinks he's going to win more than 67 games.
So if he loses 94, does Dan win that bet?
He said not even close. Isn't going to lose even close to that.
Well, so he's currently 11-19. So I'm going to say that
maybe he thinks he's going to go 500
on that pace to lose 95 games.
I mean, does he have like 5 guys to call up at call-up day? Because
who are we supposed to be excited about on this roster that he's not going to lose? Like, he's been torched by the good teams in the division. Like, who is he beating?
I mean, it's basic. I like this Yair Leah guy, actually.
Yeah. No, but I'm just saying,
I think he could have a good little year.
Roster, where's this team that's not going to lose 90 to 100 games?
Yeah, this pitching
this is what this roster is going to
do. This pitching is looking a little sussy.
Is call-up day going to be a big day for him?
Yeah, unless you plan to call up like 9 guys at call-up day and go like 30-10 to finish the season.
He doesn't have 9 guys to call up. He's got. He's got one guy. He's got the shortstop.
Let's take a look at it. We should look at his minors because this is definitely a team that is maybe on the uptrend, but definitely is a team that's been.
Dan has had a lot of bourbon tonight because he's clearly not thinking straight here.
This guy gives me a boner though. Jose Maria Caban Smiler. Yeah, this guy is fucking nice. The 1-9 from last year. Wow.
I think
he doesn't have anybody else. He has nothing else really ready. I mean, Justin Thompson could probably come
what
up.
I'm saying. So what is this roster supposed? So what changes throughout the year? Because I think the roster looks bad.
Well, how many did they lose last year?
That
last year they went 63-99.
Yeah.
Okay.
What's different?
Yeah, I agree. This team looks like
magically be a superstar. Sorry.
I mean, this team is Cincinnati, just in Vegas, right? Yeah. Like one good pitcher, one good hitter, and a bunch of dudes.
That Dan is horribly wrong.
I think there's a world in which he might only lose 85 games. but I think that world is where he has like a +10 Pathag, so
So,
I don't
okay,
I don't
so
see it.
I clicked on the info tab. Okay, he
Uh-huh.
is last bottom feeder in offense. Okay, bottom feeder in pitching, middle of the pack in ZR. So, congrats, Dan. Um,
Didn't somebody say there
what
was a
changes on this team at the end of the year that says he's not going to lose 99 games?
oh. Yeah, shouldn't you be tanking for this guy, Dan? Zach Lowe?
So, sorry, Dan, you're probably going to
Holy fuck.
lose
Look at this guy.
95 to 100 games.
I'll put him around 90 just to make Dan happy,
Nope.
I guess.
I think
We don't tank.
he's getting trucked.
Okay, buddy.
Sorry.
I'm pretty sure you and
Dan
Yort
did it
Lab
right.
joined the
Look,
tanking union
Dan,
together last year.
Dan knows how to rebuild, and he just had the 1-1.
True.
I didn't.
Yeah, he did.
It,
We should look at that, right? Yeah. You didn't like his pick?
No, he told me the day before who the pick was, and he didn't take him. He took somebody else.
No, he took
because
Colton
he got
Hall.
A different Devil
Bro, no, he took the right guy. This dude looks sick. Colton Hall looks insane.
So Dan told me he was taking Willis because I asked Dan. I go, "You're not taking a shortstop as as kind of a joke." He told me who he was taking, and then he took somebody else because he got a Davenport.
That's called psyops, my friend. Willis? Who the fuck? Willis who? I don't even remember that name.
He was like the second or third pick.
I don't even fucking see him on here as a top spec. Oh my god. Shortstop.
Look at the mock draft. He's probably mocked. He actually mocked 8th.
Aaron Willis, the pitcher? You're not taking a high schooler with your first 1-1. Speaking of, it's actually my draft pick. How ironic, I'm looking at the fucking draft list. I did set up a list, guys, I swear to God, but obviously you fuckers took my guys, so I'll try to draft somebody super fast.
Again, I'm fine with like who he took is still a very good back.
Dude, he
he's
took the best
rebuilding the right
guy.
way. He's rebuilding through the draft, and for him to think though that this team is better than it was last year, he crazy.
I mean, you're taking a college guy with your 1-1, right? Are you gonna take Eli Curley? Fuck no.
No,
are you gonna take this 20-year-old who's not to have? No. Are you gonna take injured Lewis Newton?
Let's talk draft strategy.
No.
I love this. No, this is what I love. If I am a rebuilding team, I am looking at high schoolers because it doesn't matter. I might not win for 3 or 4 years. I'm building that core at the same time. Now, if my rebuild, if I'm 3 years into my rebuild and those prospects are in A-ball, I'm looking at college guys, right? That I can enhance the core with. An 18-year-old ain't going to enhance my core, okay? But a college bat or college arm will. So that's draft. You talk to me about drafts? I'm there, buddy. There's a whole separate pod. On how to do a rebuild.
I live and die by one rule. Always take the best player available. ATTPBA. Always take the best player available.
Yeah,
BPA.
See, and
doesn't matter their position. Doesn't matter.
Again,
doesn't matter anything.
Flexible. Like, yes, take the best guy available, but sometimes you have to look at your core, where it's at. How many years away are they?
I would agree with you if we weren't in a league where you can trade with this much trade activity. If I was in a dead league where they trade 7 times a year, yeah, I would absolutely do exactly what you're saying. But in this league, knowing that if I have too many shortstops, I can flip it for a third baseman or a reliever. To me, the always pick the best player strategy works the best in a league with high trade volume. But I do see where you're coming from, and I guess, that strategy's worked for you, so I can't say anything bad about it because you rebuild with the best of them. So
yeah, I was referred to on the other podcast as a rebuilding menace.
Rebuilding menace?
I
like that actually.
A rebuilding menace. That was from Mikey, and I take that with the utmost of compliments. So
yeah, that's pretty high compliments, honestly. Oh, I see who I'm going to take. Do you know how many relievers I've drafted?
That's high praise. So.
Oh, absolutely.
All right, so I'm sorry, Dan. Like 95 to 100 losses, 100%.
What? I
In
have
fact, I
back-to-back
think we're going to say
picks.
this for the next two teams as well.
All right, let's go to the next team while I
So,
try. I didn't realize I had back-to-back fucking picks. Oh boy, the
so the
Fresno
Fresno
Falcon.
Tacos,
Fresno
tacos.
Tacos. Dude, has it been an hour and a half and we've only done fucking like 8 teams? We're bad. Okay, you know what? Let's take a quick
Um,
break. I need to get a drink. I need to draft a guy. Let's take a quick break, like
are you
5
on the
minutes,
clock?
not even. Yeah, I had
I'll
back-to-back
catch up
picks. I
on
didn't
Slack.
realize. Okay, you catch up on Slack. We'll take a fast break. We'll be right back because I gotta get a drink and shit. So anyway, yeah, be right back. Okay.
Are we back?
We are back. I just picked this guy, Sam Malcolm. Okay.
Sal.
All right. I just grabbed an alcoholic beverage, so things will go great. Make sure I don't have any fucking picks coming up. Oh, now I don't have a pick till the 8th round. Okay.
Dude, Dan and Dave are killing me in fucking Slack right now.
All right, here we go. We were talking about the Knights. Now we're on to the Fresno Falcons, the Dirty Birds going
Tacos.
dirty.
Um, I mean, this is another rebuild, and it's ugly.
Yeah, is there anything we can say
Dave's,
about this
like,
team that we didn't say last year? Well, last year they went
no,
7-4 and 88.
well, I'll just say this, like Dave, like, tried to win. Yeah, I thought it, I think 2 or 3 years ago we thought his roster looked really good, and it just didn't work. And now it's a shitstorm. I mean, it is. I mean, he's got Olu and Tussie, and a bunch of dudes that You don't probably know, right?
It's
He traded
actually
everybody else.
it's Tussie actually. Excuse me. Yeah, he does not look like he used to. He's 33 now,
Yeah. But I
looking
mean,
like a
he's 33.
yeah. And I
Fuck,
mean,
wow.
nobody's taking this guy for 28 mil. I can see this guy getting moved at the deadline. You know, his
I
hit
don't think
at
Dave is
50%.
ever trading him. I think that is a a Fresnonian for life. Um,
Fresnonian. Okay. Yeah, I guess he
yeah,
did
I'm
re-sign.
throwing him out
He
there.
did sign Lord of the Swings to a 24 mil per deal, and
Yeah,
he went off last year. Actually, he led the
I
league in
don't
homers
I don't
last
think
year.
these guys are good. I honestly I don't think they're getting moved. I don't think you can move them. I don't think people are going to buy into these bars. Um, I think Dave loves them too much.
Wait, Dave
Um,
is running a 9-man bullpen with a 2020 Bobby Meyer, who's
Jesus,
actually
what?
who's doing insane. He's got a 174 BABIP, but he's walked 7.2 per nine. But he's actually positive
Why
in.
is this guy a 20 overall? Like
I don't
he's got
know.
like if this was the old game in 24, that's somebody's fifth starter, right?
Probably. Yeah, well, movement control. This ain't your daddy's movement and control anymore, man. Yeah, I don't know.
Like if you
I
have
guess the game
two
just knows
pitches
fly ball
above
pitchers are.
70,
Yeah,
like
you. That's just funny to look at,
like
man.
I look at those bars, I go, I could put him in the bullpen,
I would
but then you look
fucking
at the overall,
happily
and you're
play
like,
this guy. Like he's probably gonna walk 5 per 9, but if he strikes out enough guys and he's got like, yeah, I don't know. I'd give this guy a chance, and I
and
don't see
again,
any
if
reason why
you're
Dave shouldn't. So
rebuilding,
yeah,
you don't freaking care. Now,
right. Yeah.
even when my rebuilds were at the peak of fucking suckiness, I wasn't trotting out a 20 overall. But
Greg
um,
Walters needs to go. This is a good fucking looking pitcher, and he, no offense, has no business being on this team. This guy needs to go like
oh,
today.
yeah, look at the fucking but you're eating half, and that's if you eat half, it works.
Who cares?
But
Absolutely, you eat half,
yeah,
and
yeah,
this guy might get you a first rounder, dude. Like bullpen arms are fucking so far and few between. This guy's proven that he can actually get the job done. He walks a lot of guys, unfortunately, but
yeah.
still,
If you're
like,
looking for a closer, um, extreme ground ball, yeah.
yep, yeah.
So
And I don't think he's. I just looked at his injury. Yeah, like no, literally no injuries. These don't even count. The dude has he's got to fucking stop sniffing the coke apparently, but yeah, like about as healthy as you can get. He's not an Iron Man, ironically, but
yeah, so if you're not going to move
this guy is
Olu
worth.
and you're not going to move
But this guy's
Tussy,
29 though. This guy's 29. This guy is valuable right now, man. This
yeah,
guy should be on
I
the block
mean,
every day.
and
Anyway,
that I'm not gonna lie to you, yeah, he should be moved tomorrow. Like if Dave
yes.
puts him in the trade block, he should be getting 5 DMs tonight
Yep.
for people looking for a closer
I'd
or
be
for a
DMing
setup
him,
guy.
man. Hell yeah. This
Yeah,
guy is legit. 80 stuff is 80 fastball,
and
like yeah.
Dave should at least. I mean, if you're a contending team and you give him a late round first, like I
Yep.
don't have a problem with that.
I
Like
don't
I
either.
would go, it's a first round
Oh,
pick. I don't care. If I'm a contender
man.
and this closer is available and I'm getting him for $9 million a year, I can give up my late round first. So
Man, it is a long, long road ahead for the Falcons. I
it
hope
is. It is.
Davis strapped
This
in.
is
The
one
farm
of the longer
looks
like we talk about how like the Reds are bad. Like Fresno is right there.
yeah.
Like it's
But
1A and 1B.
I do want to say he does have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 picks in the first 5 rounds this year, so that is a
Yeah.
hell of a great start to the rebuild for sure, especially in this giga deep draft, which I'm actually shocked people are trading back on. Like I have so many guys still
Um
good guys left to pick, and it's the 5th round, 6th round
this
now.
this draft is incredibly deep. It is
Yeah.
it is
So
it is lovely. Okay, it is
it is.
frankly it is
Do you have
like
a lot of picks too?
and I did it in the first
'Cause,
round.
oh, you did have
Um
3 first-round picks. Wow.
yeah.
Nice.
No, but it's like I'm looking at the ratings on stats, when I'm moving guys into my list, and you're like, 65 contact, and I'm like, okay, like he's draftable. You know, I'm not like you're not drafting 40 contact guys right now. You're drafting guys that potentially can still hit. So yeah, this draft is deep. So if you're rebuilding and if you've acquired a lot of picks like Dave did, then
Yeah.
your farm is getting quite the
Yep.
shot in the arm.
Oh,
So
absolutely. Yeah,
hopefully
he's about to get a fat
Dave
injection.
didn't do dumb shit, but I haven't
Well,
I haven't looked at all of his picks, so I don't know if
Dave's
he's
a
done
good
some dumb
drafter.
shit.
If I recall, Dave's a good drafter.
Well, no, but
he
I
just
but no,
had
but
a.
I'm just saying like sometimes Dave does some dumb shit.
Well, he
So
likes to
um,
draft the no arm boys sometimes, or the no defense
yeah,
guys.
so
But
I haven't looked at
that's
the
why the dev
picks.
lab exists. God created the dev
I
lab
haven't looked.
so that Dave could
He, he
eat.
he has a
Okay.
thing for first baseman, so just I haven't looked. So, but obviously I always like to look at everybody's farm after the draft, after everybody signed, and so but.
Yeah, this farm is gonna jump 20 spots, right? Because what is it? What's it right now in the minor league
Well, it
ratings?
could
Whereas
potentially. It's getting a shot in the
he's
arm.
he is
We'll see what
33rd,
happens.
and I wouldn't be surprised if he jumps into the top 10
No,
with all the
hold
picks he
on a
has.
second. I do know some of his. He was drafting bullpen arms. He was
Good.
drafting some bullpen. I remember because he mentioned he was drafting a bunch of bullpen arms.
Yeah,
So
bullpen arms
it,
are at a premium, man. I've
there's
drafted
there's a
four of
ton
them.
of bullpen arms. So
Dan is accusing Dave of calling up guys too early. That's why his rebuilds don't work. So a little bit of
well,
patience.
now if they dev up early, like I think we agree. I remember that, the pod from X amount of years ago that we said
I
he
think
called them up
so.
early, but
Well, I think it's because he felt like his window was not going to be
yeah, and
any better time.
Dave, to Dave's credit, he did make a run in the playoffs, right? Didn't he um get the
Did he?
Dodgers out early, like twice in a row in back-to-back years, and
Uh,
Craig was in the hospital? I remember that.
I don't. Oh, is that at 20 the 5th 20? I don't remember that actually. It must have been right.
I think Dave knocked him out in back-to-back years, and after the second year, it put Craig in the hospital. So
That's right. He swept the Dodgers in 2049, and then in 2050 he also beat them 4-2. Yeah, he did. So okay, I forgot about this. So yeah, it
yeah.
wasn't
Well,
totally
I'm your Sky
unsuccessful.
historian, so
Yeah, there you go. I'm glad because there's just too much shit for me to remember.
so
Okay,
good luck to
Fresno is
Dave
going
and the
to.
rebuild.
They're
We
going to
root
lose
for you,
more than
Dave. You're a
88
good
games,
guy.
right?
Yeah.
Oh, we love
Like
Dave,
if
right?
he wins 60
Well, most
games,
of us love Dave.
yeah. Well, if you're in a certain other Slack channel, you
Yeah, if you're
probably,
in the Forbidden Slack channel, maybe
yeah,
not so
yeah. There
much,
was some
but
shit today, so
we don't talk
yeah.
about that. Hey,
No, let's not
we
talk
don't
about that.
we don't fight and tell, damn it. Just you and I do. This team is going to lose more than 88 games this year. No ifs, ands, or
They,
buts. Trade Walters, get a
I think,
nice haul.
yeah, like move them to a contender, get a late round first,
Who
maybe a
cares?
first and a third.
Move them to wherever the fuck will pay you the most money.
Right? Yeah. I mean, I'm not
100%. That's
like there
guys.
should be a bidding war. If you're if you're the Phillies, if you're the fucking Marlins, fuck
There's
any team that has a contending window should be hitting that
yeah.
DM. But I'm Dave,
This
I'm
team
helping you here,
at
buddy.
50% retention, this guy will draw at least a third of the league's eyes, at least in my opinion. All right.
Well, now funny joke here coming. Now
Over.
this is purely a joke. Let's not get crazy.
Uh-oh.
Probably the only team not going to DM him is KC Matt.
You just
But
said
that's
you wouldn't talk about it. God damn it, you snitch. I'm
come
doing
on,
the
jokes. We're
emoji
just
to you right
joking.
now. The Vafanculo. Ah. Or I probably said it wrong, and Dan's probably just spit out his beer, but whatever.
Just making
Over
some
or
jokes,
under
just having a good
under
time.
80. Shut the. Anytime this is just a joke, you know. Anytime anybody says that and then says the shit after, it's always inappropriate.
Well, if
You're
you're in
fired.
that channel, then you're probably giggling.
Hey,
If you're not in that channel, then you're like, what the fuck are they talking about?
everybody's allowed to have a bad day, but also don't be mean. Oh shit! It's probably Dan, right?
Who is
Vafanculo.
this?
See, it's Dan. I knew it would be Dan.
Oh, it's drunk Dan.
Attaboy.
I'm not. No, I'm not.
Yeah. He's not drunk. Are you accusing him of being an alcoholic? Jesus. Over or under
Is
88
that Dan?
losses? Yeah, it's Dan. Yeah.
I had to hop in for the Vapankula.
Vavankula. See, I did it close to right, I think.
Yeah, you're very good. All right, you
Excellent.
guys can continue. I just had to chime in.
So Dan.
Thanks, Dan.
So okay,
Yeah,
your team was quite a discussion. Quickly, how does your team not lose 95 games minimum?
Grit.
Wait,
Grit?
is it grit
Don't you
or
fucking
X
use
grit?
Don't you fucking use grit? You know that it's a lightning bolt with me. Don't you use that grit?
Yes. We have a lot of grit. We got a lot of
Oh.
star power. We got a lot of teammates that pull for each other. We're gonna win 45 games. We're gonna do it.
That okay, yeah.
Guys, you heard they're gonna hold hands and slap butts and win 68 games.
Yeah, that's it. 68.
There you go. 69 actually. Really,
Yeah,
let's be
69.
honest. There you go. Yeah, I was
I'll leave you
surprised. How
guys
could you
alone.
not do that? All right, buddy. Thanks for the stopping by.
I'm gonna stay in the chat though. I might chime in. We'll see.
Ooh, okay. All right, well, over
Using-
under Fresno Falcons 88 losses, over or under. That was the last
Using my
year's.
Lions against me, how dare you? Oh, Dan.
Uh-oh, we're
Ooh,
gonna have
that's
a
my-
fight here.
That's fucking precious right now, dude. That's precious, man. All right, let's move on. Who's next?
Wait,
Diamond shit?
5 times I've said this now. Over or under 88 losses for the Falcons, their last year total.
It's over.
Okay, thank you. That's yeah, it's over. I was just making sure.
It might be 10 or 12 games over.
It might be, yeah.
Like
I can see
these
them
next
losing 100.
3 teams are all exactly the same. Like Fresno might lose 100 games. Like the Diamond Shits are probably right there too. They're on pace
Diamond
for even
Shits.
more win. Well,
The Diamond
yeah.
Cracks. Yeah, I haven't looked at this team since he got rid of everybody last year, but I can safely assume that as much as he cries anti-tank, I bet there's some
he's fucking tanking, buddy.
There's shitty.
Dude,
Nah,
it's here. It's here.
He's
and
got
it's
some
real.
tradable guys. Oh man, Shane Daxey looks like shit now. Remember when he traded Shane Daxey for a first rounder?
Yeah, he's like, oh, he's a Mariner. He's gonna be good.
Looks like he did look great at the time. Honestly, I thought that was a great deal.
Now,
Because yeah, he had 60 control. Then he immediately lost 10 control. It's like, oh well, that's kind of sucks.
now the bars look okay. Like he's a starter in the league, but he's not what you paid for.
Oh man, Chris Kazan, I love this guy. He's old now. Yeah, I
But,
mean, this is a team of old vets that you just, I don't know. If you lose, you lose. If you do okay, I guess you do okay. But
no,
it's tanking.
I think
He's
this team
rebuilding,
is-
not tanking. It's
No,
rebuilding
there
is tanking
is-
by another name.
Those are synonyms, buddy. Those are synonyms.
Yeah, where's the meme of the two dudes like handshaking, right?
now-
the white guy and the black guy, and one guy's rebuilding,
well,
one guy's tanking.
It's like
the same
Spider-Man
thing.
meme, right?
Yeah,
Well,
I
no,
think so.
like,
Yeah.
Well, I think like there
There's
is
some
a different
tradable
example of
players
tanking.
here, though.
Like the Jenner tank when he took over the ignition from the Clowns, and that was a straight up fucking tank, right?
That wasn't tank, dude. That was
wasn't even
like
a rebuild.
that was
he-
landmines. Like there was
he
nothing in the
scorched
field.
earth it.
Yeah,
Okay,
exactly. Well, that's
that
why I
was the
call it.
flat out tank.
That's why I call it generating your. Like he traded like 30 guys. Anybody of any that sniffed any value, he got him. That's why I call it generating your team when you completely go scorched earth.
Yeah.
That's not what
No,
Ryan
but,
did here at
like
all.
the other team are not they're not deliberately tanking. It's just a rebuild, but everybody wants.
Well,
to
he
go,
is
"Oh, he's
holding
tanking."
on to young guys,
Can you
right?
just-
Like he could have traded Zach
Yeah.
Leddy, I think, for a pretty penny. But he held on to him because I think he's not looking to do the full 3-4 rebuild. I think he's got a I think he's got an older crop of dudes that I think he might be able to supplement. Wow, he's got this guy Bechtold. Holding off till call-up day. I love it. I love it. I love me some good service time manipulation. Elijah. Oh, this is the guy I traded to him. Mr. Elijah Buckner. That's right. I forgot I traded this guy away. Another guy I'm probably going to regret trading, but... Yeah, he does have some...
So-
Well, not really, actually. Yeah, I think this team is... Yeah, it's going to be a couple years at minimum. But he also had a fuckload of picks in this draft, too.
He also, and I've talked with him about this a bit in DMs, is that his draft strategy abruptly changed this year. Like, he wasn't taking his quote unquote athletes this year. He was taking like the best bats, right? And so
he subscribed to the
I don't even know who
TPP,
you are anymore.
PBA. Take the DTBPA. Fuck, take the best player. He drafted 3 shortstops in the first 40 picks, by the way. Like 3 of his first 4 picks were shortstops.
Well,
so
I don't think, not one of them's a shortstop though. Like, just because they're listed as a shortstop doesn't mean they're a shortstop.
That's completely fair, actually. Yeah, this team is probably going to be a scotch better than the Knights and Falcons. But it's
no.
grim pickings.
I think these 3 teams. This is the Spider-Man meme. All 3 teams are exactly the fucking same. Now,
I mean, they might win 70. Yeah, you're probably right. I'm fucking splitting hairs
all
here.
these teams are trying to lose. Like, if you call up the Diamondbacks, he'll probably move anybody on the roster. I know he was trying to move Vanderpool. I think he put him on the block. So I'm just saying, like, he'll probably move anybody if you need a bat from him, and he'll probably move him. He's got 8 fucking wins. He shouldn't be trying to hold on to anybody right now.
Yeah, that's true. Dan has a comment though. Hold on. I think he's calling you out for making him say he's trying to lose. Go ahead, Dan.
We are trying to win, and we're going to win big. We're going to win big everywhere. Every other division, we're going to win big.
Dan, how many bourbons have you had tonight?
And then 8 Coors Lights.
Is it more than 3?
But we're
Yes,
still going to win big. We're going to win big everywhere. Every division, we're going to win big. You'll get tired of winning.
Just not in the Pacific. That's the only place. Okay, let's move on. This team is like literally Jekyll and Hyde.
Non-woke beers tonight for sure.
You have 3 teams who are pretty fucking good and 3 teams who are pretty fucking bad. So
are we talking about the Northwest or the Pacific?
We might be the Northwest too. Actually, let's go. We get to see my team first because I won the division.
I think the top 3 teams are
go
playoff
ahead.
teams.
Yes, I agree.
Yeah, I think the top 3 teams are all going to be in the playoffs. The bottom 3 teams are fighting out for draft slotting. So for the lottery
pick. Yeah, for the top 6 pick probably. So I won the division last year. Don't get to say that too often.
About that.
I won it by a tiebreaker, but I'll fucking take it. My team is. Remember last year I said I signed a bunch of these guys to like 3-year deals or whatever. Like my team wasn't going to change much, and I'm basically running it back. So there isn't a whole lot to say. I don't think I'm going to win 96 this year. I think I was a little lucky. I have bullpen problems just like everybody else. I have guys who look good who pitch like shit. I have guys who look like shit and pitch good. My starting pitching was really good last year, and it started off like shit, so I'm a little worried. But Larry Tuba seems to have resurged himself after a pretty scary year. But he got paid his biggest amount last year.
I thought he was like 34. He's only 30.
Yeah, he's only 30.
Been around. Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah, I wonder what he's got.
He still looks serviceable too.
Oh, that's the postseason. He's got 45 WAR already at only. Well, he's starting 31. Serviceable. He fucking hit 43 home runs last year. You bitch. I mean, you guy. Yeah.
When are you signing the extension?
To who?
Tuba.
I signed that one a long time ago.
But when are you signing the new one? When are you signing the new one?
Probably not going to get a new one unless he's asking for like 15.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know. My team is pretty much exactly the same as last year. I don't expect to win 96. I kind of expect like low to mid 90s. I think Bo Koss is finally going to fall off a hill and die. He got a Pretty bad dev
Ugh.
report at the end of last year.
Oh my God, this guy's still in the majors.
Yeah, look at his last year's stats, buddy. Look at his last year's stats.
I'm just looking at the bars. I'm like, oh my.
Look at his last year's stats, Jason.
Oh my. How? These bars were not what he had last year, was it?
Pretty close. No, he lost like 5 contact, 5 power. He's going downhill, but he still looked pretty stupid, and he got 6-4. I don't fucking know how.
Yeah,
so.
I mean, yeah, he hasn't dropped just a contact, right?
He could have 0 WAR this year, and I wouldn't even care because it's been such incredible value. I signed him to a 5-year, $5.5 million contract before 2052, and this by far the most insane value I've gotten from a player.
Yeah,
so.
I'm not hating on that. I can hate on the bars, but the production's freaking there.
I know, it's insane.
Yeah.
I don't think he'll have that kind of year. I still love my catcher. I know he's not the #1 catcher in the league.
What makes me laugh is that it's this kind of shit that'll drive D-Rich fucking crazy. Because he'll look at those bars and goes, how is this possible?
He did already last year. It was maybe it was trade deadline last year. He pinged me in chat. He's like, "How is Mo Koss so good?" And I'm like, "I don't fucking know, but I'm not taking him out of the lineup. That's for sure." Yeah, pretty disgusting, but I mean, it's nice when you have a player like that. But...
if you're getting that from those bars, then
I mean, he's on pace still for 3.5 WAR. If I get 3.5 WAR from this, D-Rich might have a fucking heart attack actually.
Yeah.
And he looks like looks bad, but he can actually plays a good third base too. So I don't know, dude. He's just one of those guys. This is my redemption for fucking what's the dude that I had in the Cubs that was terrible? Fialo. This guy's the anti-Fialo. Looks bad but plays great.
Yeah, I don't hate your lineup. I think obviously you've lost Wickman for a while, and that's gonna hurt,
that sucks.
Love him or hate him, the production's there. So.
Yeah, he had a great year last year too. Yeah, my team is gonna live by the bats and the legs. Last year I think I was 2nd in homers and 2nd in stolen bases. This year I'm 1st and 2nd. It's all about the dongs and the base stealing. The pitching I think will come back down. It's looking pretty gross, so. But I think it'll probably come back to earth, I guess the opposite of whatever that is, so. But yeah, I expect to make the playoffs. I don't expect to win the division. I never ever do, honestly, with Seattle in my division, so.
So I'm looking at your bullpen, and who pitches the 9th inning? Because you've got 8 pitchers in your bullpen, and 7 of them have saves. So who do you think is pitching the 9th inning of a Game 7 of a playoff series?
Well, this guy, Delwyn Johnson, who kind of came out of nowhere in the minors, was my closer last year. Then he got a fucking massive injury at the end of last year, which pissed me off. He finally is coming back, actually, like now, this sim tomorrow. So he'll be my like closer, but Bernard Ennis has been so like high value for me. This is my bullpen Vandy clone. This guy looks like shit, but he just racks up the fucking WPA. He doesn't walk anybody, doesn't strike anybody out. Usually doesn't give up homers. He is this year, but he's just the most solid guy. So he's been like my stopper, and he's done okay. But yeah, I need a closer. Which is why I would be all over Walters.
I was just about to say, you know who should pitch the 9th for you? Is Greg Walters.
Yeah. That's why I say if Greg Walters goes in the block, I'll be one of the teams asking for sure because I have enough money probably to take care of his salary this year for sure. So, and yeah, bullpen is by far the weakest thing for me.
If that's the one thing that I can nitpick, I mean, I think your bullpen is okay.
I think it's average.
Yeah, I don't think you have a for sure guy. Okay, well, this is my best guy. He pitches the 9th inning.
Yeah, I would agree.
I don't think you have that. I think you have a collection of decent looking arms.
Yep. And
it's whoever the manager says it is of that day.
Yeah, whoever's healthiest or not tired. Yeah, no, I agree. That's been my hunt. I've been hunting. I hunted for a center fielder for like 10 seasons and finally got one last year. And my next hunt is for like an actual like legit closer, which I'm telling you, Walters.
I've heard that the Tigers have a closer.
Yeah, but your guy makes too much money.
he is signed for 3 years, but I believe it's in our rules that teams can retain. I've heard that. So just
I
wanted to-
looked at your guy. I can't remember why I wasn't a huge fan of him, but honestly, yeah, I might
I'm
give you a
just-
call
I'm
after this
just-
too. So
I'm just making small talk.
I don't know. 3 years of retention is a lot to retain, though. Anyway, yeah,
Well, actually, it's 2 years after. It's just 2 years after this.
Oh, okay, good. I like my team as much as I liked him last year. Last year, I thought I would win like 92 or something. I think the same this year, and I guess we could get lucky and win again.
It certainly looks to me like you're running it back.
Yep.
Ratone, obviously a full year of that of him.
Yeah,
is a
he
good
got
thing.
a dev. He got a dev bump in the off season. He got a power and an eye bump. I was stoked to see
and
that.
Obviously, I think we need to talk about RJ Thomas.
Oh, thank you. I
probably-
didn't want to.
I mean, the guy on the Pirates is, technically the number one rated catcher, but I think RJ Thomas is very good. I don't like apples and oranges. Who's better?
I like Barry. I say Barry's probably the number one. This guy's probably like 1A or something. There's a lot of good
I think
defensive catchers coming back around.
I think the defense is probably very close. Obviously, all the offensive bars on Barry are a little bit better, but RJ Thomas is very, very, very good. And to have a catcher like that is a huge asset in this game. So,
yeah, this guy, I had tracked him throughout the minors, and he was okay. And then a couple of defensive catcher lab successes, and oh my god, dude, he turned into a guy. I was eyeing this guy for my backup catcher. And then this happened, and I think he gained a little like contact or something. And I was like, well, okay then. I guess we know who we're starting now. So yeah, very happy with him. Hopefully he stays healthy. Where's the wood? Yeah, I like my team. There's definitely holes in the bullpen. Maybe one in the rotation, but I should make the playoffs. Fingers crossed, barring injuries.
Pasqualini is no longer a starter, huh?
No, he just walks too many guys. He led the league in walks for 6 years in a row, and I said, you know what? That's enough for me. Middle of last year, I said, you know what? I think I've had enough. I'm just gonna try you out in the bullpen. I think is because Corey Sierra came up at call-up day, and I was like, okay, this is the guy definitely who's leaving my rotation. And he's actually been quite good at it.
And I'm not trying to talk shit about him or anything. For a 1-1, is he kind of a bust?
Yeah, I would say so.
Talking just in general. Like, I'm not trying to say, you wrong guy. Like, he's got 16 WAR in his career. Yeah, I mean,
absolutely, he's a bust. When I drafted him, though,
years where he's been good.
This is what I drafted him at. When did I draft him? 1-1 in 2046. God damn it! And when I drafted him, he had 70 control potential, and it was already filled out at 45. So I was like, oh yeah, let's fucking go. Like, come on, man. And he proceeded to, over the next 2 years, just to say, you know what, that control is fake. So it happens.
Yeah, I mean, he obviously had one really good year, and the WAR has been good in other years, and obviously 2052 was like his pinnacle. So, but yeah, I mean, I think if you get a 1-1 in the majors, and there's no injuries, I don't think, right? He never got injured. So
yeah, I think he's pretty healthy.
Kind of really underwhelming, like majorly underwhelming.
I mean, if I didn't know what I knew now, I'd take him all the time. I would take him every time. From that draft, seeing what I saw, like he was the best looking pitcher spec I'd seen probably ever, and I would take him every time. Because I think probably half the time this doesn't happen. Like the control develops and he's fucking elite. So, but hey, that's the game, man. Sometimes you.
So while we're talking about specs, let's go to the Mariners and their ever-ending pitching. What's the word I'm looking for?
The fountain.
Carousel.
Yeah, you talked about the 1-2 from California. I think Dunn and Medrano would probably like to have a word with you, but I could see arguments for.
I mentioned them that they're going to have one of the better 1-2s, but they're not pitching well.
Yeah, Medrano's having not a hot start apparently.
Yeah.
But he is 35.
1 through 5. Okay, what
Oh,
1 through 5? I don't think you're going to find a better rotation
no,
overall.
it's not even fucking close. That's the sick thing about it.
No.
It's not even.
Now,
Nobody's even within the fucking realm of
Dude,
this rotation. It's
I-
stupid.
I remember the collective groan of the league when he acquired Becker.
Uh huh.
And Becker's
I mean-
bars, like I know he's 24, so I think there's another dev coming. If those bars get any fucking better,
If it wasn't
it
Seattle,
could
I'd say
get-
probably
it could
not,
be-
but you're probably right.
well, no, I'm just saying like he's 24, like there could be one more bump coming. So
Possible.
because I'm not looking at my scout, I'm looking at OSA, and so there's potential still there. So, and if it comes and it's the Mariners, it's what happens.
I think
and if he's like your number 4, like Jesus,
Yeah.
man,
this guy's
but-
number 2 or 1
but
on a lot of teams.
he's fragile. He's had 2 arm injuries. I believe he's had 2 bad arm injuries.
Yeah, that's the
so,
scary thing is injuries.
You're probably not going to have him one of these years. He's going to blow out his arm again. It's going to happen. It's going to happen. But
Yeah, probably just a matter of time.
I'm just talking hypotheticals. Like if that next dev comes and those bars fill out and he doesn't get hurt, I mean, is there a better 1 through 5 in the league? And there isn't.
The
I mean,
lineup is
some teams
probably
have
the
good
worst I've
rotations,
seen in a
and then
while.
there's the Mariners. Yeah, I don't think there's going to. Obviously, we didn't do half the league, so we haven't looked at all the teams. But I know the Royals are pretty good. I think the Cardinals are pretty good, but obviously the White Sox. But I don't think anything looks like like this rotation. So.
No, not a chance. And the bullpen's great too. Like Pantoja is a great fucking closer, of course. Drafted in 2052, looks like he's going to be elite again this year. Like the pitching is just bonkers, right? I mean, the bullpen's filled with guys who are 45s but have great bars. So the lineup is probably the worst I've ever seen it. But still, that's not meant as a knock because it's insane. Jacob Cole has been worth the money, right?
Yeah. No, it's Jacob Cole, and I'm not gonna lie to you. Like, what else? Like,
Mike, I have a question. Why the fuck did he trade Norm Walker? That's what I didn't
out the ass for all the pitchers. It's
I
got to
mean,
be because he's paying all the pitchers, dude. His rotation is making $70 million.
I mean, I guess he wanted to trade
That's
him because he didn't want to deal with him at the deadline. Guess he's just trying to get value because he didn't plan to keep him, I guess. But I mean, his current catcher is definitely worse.
Ramage, Madrano, and Dunn are $72 million. Tucker is $4.
Finally.
Then you have Cole is $37, and Dustin doesn't touch his dev budget.
Yeah.
At least
so he couldn't afford him, I guess. That's fair.
So I'm just saying is that he's constantly recycling guys because he seems like to have a never-ending stream of prospects. But now that lineup does not look that good. Like it's Jacob Cole and like
I've definitely seen better. Tushoff is good. Well, maybe not actually.
Yeah, Tushoff. Yeah, no, and
I kind of expect him to have a big year here pretty soon. Yeah, it looks like he's on pace for one.
Like if Dustin had money,
the bottom of the lineup looks
go sign like Dean Marino just on a 1 year like $10 million deal or something.
He would never
and take a chance. Like if there was a team that could dip into for free agency if he had money and fix this lineup, it's Dustin. And I think
what? Where the fuck is he gonna play him? Where's he gonna play him? You can't play him at first or DH.
I'm just throwing names out there.
Well, you can't just throw random names. I think he doesn't care. I think it's just he knows he's gonna get carried by the bullpen, and probably Cole and Neiman and Tushoff are gonna. Well, Cole's good, like he's insane, but he's gonna get enough of his offense to just. I mean, maybe this is why he's losing in the playoffs, though, right? Because isn't he taking some early exits?
Okay, you can't count on Neiman because you're gonna click on that injury.
Oh, right, he's wrecked, right? Yeah. I said this guy was one of my favorite players because he's underrated, but yeah, he gets fucking hurt all the time. That's why he never puts together a full year. Very sad.
Yeah.
Yeah, the lineup is the weak point for sure, but everywhere else is so strong. The starting rotation is so fucking ridiculous. The bullpen is so good that you could probably play practically anybody in the lineup and win 85 games or 90 games with this team. So the fact that he has a few good hitters means he's gonna fight me for the division win the division win for sure. It's gonna be a battle.
Yeah, I think you two are definitely the class of the Northwest. I
Well,
don't think the
we
team
can't
that-
count out Portland. We'll get there. Yeah, they're not as bad as people think. Let's.
You can always count out Portland.
Dan Rand, I love
I
it.
forgot Dan was even here.
I'm surprised Colorado is 15-15, but I think actually the Giants finished third last year, and they're off to an atrocious
You know,
start.
I totally forgot about the Giants.
Yeah,
They made the. We're talking Giants or Portland.
We'll go to the Giants because they finished third last year, but yeah, they traded for Schmidt from you, and when they made that trade, I was so mad
Yeah,
because I was like, I fucking can't get ahead of I want to put some distance between these other teams, and then he makes a trade for Schmidt. Like, god damn it.
I'm not gonna lie to you, Ryan. Like when you said that in chat, like the morning of the trade, I was fucking laughing my fucking.
I
ass
bet
off.
you were. I knew you would be because you're fucking trading to my division partners. God damn it. I feel like the funny thing about the Giants is I feel like when Matt thinks they're gonna be good, they're bad, and then when he thinks, oh, we'll see what we can do, then they're fucking really good. But I'm sure he expected them to be good, as I would, with Schleusner and Teddy Lucas. Well, the best shortstop in the game now, Teddy Lucas. Van de Voort too. He's got such a good-looking team, and to be 11-19 right now, I would be fucking tearing my eyeballs out, man. I don't know what's happening. I really don't. He's got a look at his closer, by the way. This guy looks nuts.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Who is this?
Mr. Mac, 4th round pick. Hello.
Wow. Look at that. Look at that
Bro,
closer.
do you know how rare it is to have 60 stuff and movement and control in this league?
Ooh.
That's
Ooh.
fucking giga rare. This
Ooh.
guy is something else. He's a side armor. Don't tell D-Rich, but yeah, this team looks so good, and to be 11-19,
Ryan,
it's mind-boggling.
Ryan, I'm not gonna lie to you. It moved when I clicked on him. It moved. So
What moved?
You know.
What moved?
Don't worry about it. I was just.
I'm so confused. What? Oh, Mr. D-Rich joined us now. I'm scared.
D-Rich in Discord?
Yep, he just joined us. I'm ready. My body is ready. Lay it on us.
Hey, Rich, what's up, buddy?
He hasn't figured out his mic yet.
He muted his mic. Yeah, okay. He's just preparing
What
his
an
speech.
idiot.
Yeah. Even Dan can figure out how to talk in Discord. D-Rich.
And Dan said
dumbass.
what? 8 bourbons?
Now, take it easy. 8 bourbons? You crazy? I'd be dead.
Yeah. 8 beers, maybe. Come on.
Yeah, 8 Coors Lights, 1 bourbon.
See, there you go. Yeah, this team is
Well,
severely
so-
underperforming. I suspect this team will turn it around. Probably the highest candidate for me to flip things around because there's just too many good players on this team, man.
The problem is,
Oh, geez.
and while
Okay,
I
go ahead.
appreciate his aggressiveness in going and getting Schmidt, like the rotation, I don't know if the rotation after Schmidt is really that good. Like Grigsby, got like 45 stuff.
You're kidding me, right? Bro, this guy got 5 WAR last year. He's a Vandy clone. He's playing in San Francisco.
I'm saying,
this guy's perfect. You're crazy.
Arlo, you're
crazy.
out of touch, dude.
I'm out of touch.
See, there he is.
I'm sorry. I don't like my starters to have 45 stuff. So
Get with the program, buddy. Look around. Then we just you look at Ndiaye or whatever the fucking. You have to be a believer.
I will. Didn't we agree that we both cannot fucking believe how good he is?
Okay,
it doesn't make
I
any
didn't
sense.
say I like it, but I'm not gonna not play guys on some moral high ground because I want to fucking win. So if playing a 45 stuff, 50 movement, 60 control player with fucking yellow pitches gets me 5 WAR, sign me up. I don't give a shit.
I'm just saying is that his rotation looks like it could
I
use
mean,
another
yeah.
starter.
Nothing wows you out of there, right? But look at this. This is another Vandy
That
clone.
was the point that I was trying to make. That after Schmidt, like, I like he needs a solid number 2. Like, if there was a team that like fell apart, like I don't know, like the Cardinals are have turned to shit all of a sudden, and if Steve starts to make moves, like I would go grab a Cardinal.
With
you know,
what
I would-
though?
I
Didn't he?
would be
Didn't
looking-
he empty the coffers for Schmidt though? Right?
he-
Like,
no,
didn't he
I
trade
just
away?
got the 3 first. No, I didn't take any He doesn't have any prospects. So
Yeah, he does. He
I-
does. He has this Osvaldo Ortiz guy in the international
I
complex.
I didn't see anybody I liked enough. So I just
I know.
said just give me the 3 firsts and we got a deal.
Damn,
Yeah, I
that
would
guy's
never trade
ranked
for a
the
dude.
33rd best spec.
Yeah.
Danny Vegas, you just spent like 12 million bucks on the best starter, and he's in the 200s. How does that make you feel? Jeez.
Feels like I usually do, like a loser.
Oh man, don't say that.
You're not a loser, Dan. Come on.
But, you know,
This
I
guy
think
has an
that's
awful
a good
nickname too.
word.
Freck. What the fuck is that? Or what the freck is that?
That's what
He's young.
Dan
Give him
screamed when he
time.
saw where he ranked.
I don't know,
Give him
D-Rich.
time.
What's your take on the Giants? I know you want us to just talk about the East, but
I don't know if I have a take on the Giants. I mean, I don't know. The once you have the best hitter and the best pitcher in the league, which they got a top 5 guy, they probably have a top 5 guy in the bullpen, top 5 guy in the rotation, top 5 guy in the lineup.
agreed.
That's about as good of a core as you're going to ask for. Like, I know they don't have picks, but if he's competent, he can definitely build around that. It's probably going to take a few years, but the core's there.
They're pretty young too, if I recall. I thought I saw them down at the bottom of the list here.
Yeah, I think they're all in their like 25. It's pretty darn
Yeah,
good.
23rd youngest
The
team.
whole
so.
the whole reason I even logged on is I heard you guys noticing max backs for the first time, and I was shocked. I was shocked he was not on your radar yet. The dude's 22, just turned it. Debuted last year at 21 with those bars. Pretty fucking crazy.
He didn't have these bars by my scout last year.
It was awfully damn close.
I got a February dev report of him getting stuff in velo and shit. So
Okay, he had 5 points of stuff. Come on, don't split hairs here. The dude is insane.
yeah,
At 21.
I will. I never looked at this guy till now, and yeah, I'm thoroughly stiffied up because yeah, I'd kill to have this guy on my team for sure.
Who we
Yeah,
talking
Yeah,
about?
Max backs.
Max Baxter,
Maxwell
Baxter. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
You know,
you're
if he
right.
had a
Right.
reputation
A
for
top
being
5
so
player
smart, he'd be a
and
break.
premium positions too. Like Teddy Lucas is.
D-Rich,
It's not even
but
close.
Are
It's the
you
best
trading
shortstop.
for a righty side armor? Isn't that your thing?
Yeah, what's up
Arlo,
with that?
you're so fucking out of touch with this whole game. You don't even understand that 45 stuff's okay. You don't know side armors. They've been fucking good since like OOTP 20. I mean, we're going on 48 months
I was
in
making
real
a
life
joke.
terms. Side
Uh,
armors have been fine forever.
no, Jason, get with the fucking program, brother.
Yeah, you're just
I
living
know.
in the
Fuck.
past, dude.
God, I can't make a fucking joke about
Look,
fucking
everybody
old
has to
bit
have.
with a side armor.
Well, people still think that's the case. Like, I think people still avoid righty side armors, and they haven't had splits issues in years. So,
I don't
like
even
the old
look.
Ramon Vega days of having 45 movement versus lefties and 75 versus righties, that's been dead for a long time.
I still
So
think
I
you
don't
have to
even
look
care
at the
about side
Vandy
armors.
type guys. If they could, some of them could have really awful. If they're side armors, they could have some pretty fucking terrible left hand splits. But
I
it's
don't
so
think they're as
far.
bad as you think. I mean, they're out
Well,
there,
clearly
but,
not. Get based on their fucking stats. No.
Hmm.
Yeah, Jason, you got to get yourself a Vandy clone, dude. Everybody has one now. It's all the rage.
I guess
It's like Chia Pets back in the 90s. You got to get one, okay?
I got it on the list.
Okay, good. Good. Now you're in the game. Okay, let's finish up the Giants. They definitely will probably rebound, especially when they start playing like the shittier teams in the shittier divisions. No offense, everybody, but like when they hit the Lakes and maybe they push Shitvik and play our good friend Dan over there, I think they might pick up some wins. So I'm definitely not counting them out this early. They're basically the Phillies of the West, right? Like off to a just abnormal start. And I mean, they could continue, but I just can't see it. They have way too many good players.
Well, his 1-run games, he's 500, so he's not quite the Phillies.
I don't
But
think it's that abnormal. I just don't think they're very good.
You
Last
don't like
year,
this
they were
team?
kind of bullshit. Yeah, they're just not that
Oh,
great.
now we're talking.
I mean, they were one of the most fortunate teams last year, and I don't think they made the playoffs. They got close. They sniffed it. And so if
That's
you're
right.
thinking
Yeah.
they're like an 84 win team that's going to get 10 games better because they got Schmidt, no, they're really a 75 win team that might get in the low mid 80s.
I mean,
So I think
I
set your
thought they were like a
expectations pretty low.
500 team who. Well, I thought. Yeah, no, actually, I would say 84, and with picking up Schmidt, I would expect 5 more wins, right? Like. So I kind
don't
of
think
thought
they
they
were as
would be
good
in the
as
90
think
range.
last year.
I guess not. I'm so worried about trying to fight Seattle. I usually don't look at anybody till they fucking pass me. And it
Yeah,
was
they
just
were
a.
a big
I kind of
Pythagorean or
I kind of
base-wise.
agree with D-Rich here. I'm kind of, yeah. I mean, I this is not a true contending team. Like, he's got pieces, but he needs a number 2 starter. He needs maybe at least 1 or 2 more bats, right, to really fill out the lineup. I mean, Jace Lucas is in the lineup. Is Jace Lucas good? I'm just saying he's got
Hey.
these kind of also ran guys. Abdul Williams
Yeah,
is in
that's
this
true.
lineup. So I'm saying
Eight,
is that
eight and a
Pete
half
Koo
mil
is
for
on this
Jace.
team.
Yeah. The thing is,
I'm just
remember,
saying,
he's
like,
playing
Pete
in
Koo's
San
in the lineup.
Francisco. Finding a bat that works in San Francisco is so fucking hard, man.
Right. No, I'm just saying, like, this roster isn't completed yet. Like, there's still 3-4 moves to go, and then you're like, okay, this team can contend with Seattle and you know the Cascades and
Well, for my sake, I hope he doesn't make those moves, but I think Matt could make.
I'm just
Well, he
saying,
showed he
like,
can make the moves, right? He made the
like-
move for Schmidt, so when you make the move for Schmidt, that's your signal, basically, like you're
You know,
going
Ryan,
for it,
you're
right?
probably in the clear, buddy. Come on, let's be real here.
Dude, I'm so worried. I never feel safe in my division with Seattle. I mean, you know what it's like, always having Miami there. The silence, I love it. I had to.
Wow.
I had
Love it.
to. Come on. When do I ever get a chance to take a stab at D-Rich face to face or voice to
That doesn't
voice?
feel like a stab. I don't take offense.
No, that's right. You don't really take offense to most stuff.
No, I mean it's no secret. I'm in the best division in the Skyline for the last 50 years.
I'll argue 50. I won't argue currently the best.
I think you should. I think if you're who do you think's the best?
Pacific was the best for like 20 years.
Jesus Christ,
20 years
Danny,
ago.
dude. Maybe you need to drink 8 bourbons.
Well, the
to
thing
get on
is,
straight. What are
first
you
we have
talking
to
about?
you have to separate them
hold on,
into
hold on.
pre-expansion and post-expansion because there was only
Yeah,
4
we're talking
divisions.
pre-expansion.
Pre-expansion. Pre-expansion, it was the 18
Pacific was
Pacific.
always really strong.
Yeah.
I mean, it was Pacific and Atlantic were the best of their conference for sure. That was 25 years
Post-expansion,
ago.
it'd be hard to argue against the Atlantic. It really would.
It's not even
I
close.
agree with that.
All right, let's move on. Giants are.
Let's argue more.
Well, I'm
Yeah,
sure
is that
we
what the
will
pod's
because
been
we're about to. What?
Is that what the pod's been missing? A little animosity, a little
Yeah,
fire.
yeah. We need more
I don't
fight.
know.
A little turn up the
Jason
heat.
and I usually disagree on more shit than I expect, honestly.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
you guys
especially
gotta
when he
be
calls-
nice.
When he calls Hayden Nelson a terrible pitcher, or not terrible, but not useful pitcher, I have some issues with that. So,
I said he wasn't worth $27 million.
well, the stats
That's
say
like,
he fucking
fuck.
was, right?
Money
Right?
is just a number, dude.
5 WAR. Oh, he's making 26 million this year. He's on pace for checks notes.
Guys,
5
let's
WAR.
talk about the hop.
Yeah, now
Who,
it's
the
time to get
Hops?
divisive. It's
Who's on the
Hops time.
Hops?
Yep.
Oh, yes.
It's
Time
everybody's
for that.
favorite team.
Time for that. Where's Zarkills in the YouTube chat, right? Isn't he? Is he here? Is he still alive now that we moved to YouTube? I always love that shit. The random Twitch chats. Is that Portland team in the playoffs again?
That was
we do
me
have
trying
to.
to stay anonymous.
Well, it was a terrible job. Unfortunately, 2 big injuries already on the pitching side. Barnett, that was last year, right? Yeah, that was, mid-year last year, and now he just lost Eden Rice for a whole year after trading for him last year as well. Although Eden Rice hadn't really proven himself yet, so maybe it's not that big of a loss. Yeah, I'm playing it up.
Pretty big loss.
Yeah, it sucks to lose 2 starters. Wow, Payan is still on this team. Incredible. This guy will never fucking retire and get out of my hair. I'm so sick of his fucking stupid face already.
I think I want him
any-
in my hair at this point.
Yeah, he doesn't look too well. I think this guy would be great out of the bullpen. I don't think he's starter worthy, honestly. Well, never mind. He gave
No.
up 39 home runs
Come
last
on,
year.
guys. You're yelling about him, about Tarlo not understanding 45 stuff. Do I have to be the one to tell the whole league that 50 movement is fucking ass? It
No,
doesn't matter anything else. If you're 50 movement, you're shit.
I should hope
Simple.
not.
It's the truth.
Are you telling me Raimundo Capellan is
I mean, it
bad?
kind of is. I'm like,
Yeah,
Like-
he's ass. You know, Dylan Becker, Tarlo nearly soiled his pants over that guy. 50 movement, he's ass. I'm sorry. That's all that matters now.
Well, I think control matters more than movement, in my opinion. With
You need 'em
walks,
both. They both need to be 55. Control you can survive with, but man, if you got 55 movement or 50 movement, you're gonna give up a homer and a half per 9 innings and be lucky to be playable.
I
So if you
suppose.
go to like just sort by every qualified pitcher last year who had 50 movement or lower, there's nobody good. Truly, nobody good. So when you see those
Hmm.
green bars, check yourself.
Maybe
um,
home
maybe
runs
looking at
are a
D-Rich.
problem.
Gold.
I'm looking at Becker now. He's got 55 movement.
Oh
I don't think
shit!
so.
Call
Are you
out.
very low on scouting like usual?
Yeah, yeah.
I'm not on my scout. I'm on OSA.
We don't trust
Wow.
OSA around here. Come on. You know better than that. OSA is supposed to be worse than any scout. Although probably not a very low scout. I have him 55 as well, though, honestly.
All right, let's see those lefty splits.
Oh,
Come on. Give me a
okay,
full.
so
Paint the picture
let's
for
not
me.
trust OSA.
Let's look at these lefty splits before we. Oh wow, is that a 5-0?
50-50.
Boom!
Yeah.
Come on, fools.
Oh my
If
god,
that guy came to the
really?
Atlantic, he would be lunch,
I don't know.
breakfast, and dinner for the
He
left.
I don't
was in
think
the
with-
Atlantic. What are you talking about?
Becker? No, he was in the Pacific. He was swimming
Sorry, I
his
started
eye.
talking about Raimundo still.
Oh, Raimundo. Raimundo was great.
But he's
Very
got 50
underrated.
movement.
Yeah, and he's been shit
Yep.
in this version. He had an ERA,
Yeah,
what, 5.10, 5.450? Ugh.
yeah. He's
So
been
D
poop.
Rich, are you agreeing that when there's a new version that things change?
Potentially, yeah, they can.
Ooh. Oh, potentially.
You were
Come
very
Come
against that
on.
new
This
version.
route.
Go.
It's gonna be right.
Come on. Yeah, it is.
The ratings
You-
under the hood have not changed. I believe that.
Yeah, it's bullshit.
Nah, it's just all squished together, so it's so fucking hard to tell. You can run a guy with 45 control, and he could fucking walk 5 per 9 or 3.5 per 9. You never know. That's what I hate. That's my biggest gripe is the squish of everything. To try to make more players look usable. What? Well, it does make the game harder, which I'm kind of okay with, because you have to fucking actually pay attention. It is annoying to, get the question, what is a fucking good pitcher anymore? Because everything's so fucking smashed together, it's hard to tell.
Yeah, the real annoying thing is that stuff is super unpredictable. Like the 50 stuff
Mhm.
guys are on the stats almost indistinguishable from 60 stuff guys.
True. Yeah, you
And
see
that seems unfair.
50 stuff guys striking out 9K per 9, you're like, what the fuck?
Yeah, it's that's the real bullshit. Otherwise, just get a guy with decent movement, 50 control, you probably got a pitcher.
Well, this is our 3rd year on this version, right? So there's no excuse at this point. You've had 2 full years. Like, if you think the first year was weird, the second year should really validate what we all know now is that movement is king, control is pretty damn close, and stuff really doesn't fucking matter at all.
Yeah, I think we just opened a lot of eyes with that talk. Tarlo's in
True.
particular. I think
We're
he made us
giving
see the
away
light.
state secrets, guys. Son of a bitch. Speaking of state secrets, I don't think it's any that the hops don't look that great to me. I was expecting more. Was really hoping.
Yeah, I was gonna get to that. While all you guys were discussing stuff and movement, I was looking at the hops and like, is this a good team?
They were
I
mean,
really
it-
good last year.
They played well last year, but like a lot of teams, the bullpen looks a
Were
little
they a playoff
sus.
team last year?
They were.
They were
and
pretty.
they got pathagged horribly too.
Yeah,
I
they
think
were.
they won a
Legitimate
playoff
playoff.
series.
You know what? When Tyler
No,
gets Pathag,
no.
I don't give I don't give a shit. I'll never forgive him for plus 15 in 2038. So when he went -5 last year, I had exactly 0.0% sympathy for him. Because fuck that shit. Although they did they finish better than San Francisco?
They did.
They finished 88 and
games
74. 2 games better.
One game better, excuse me.
1 game better. They were -5. San Francisco was +5. I don't know.
See, then you
I know
look
they
at
got a lot
base
of young guys
runs.
up.
Base run, San Francisco's plus 10. I mean, that's a team that's needs a lot of work. So don't
Yeah.
look at that win total too much. But the Hops, man, I don't know how they did it. That they were legitimately a good ball club.
It's a lot of like mid-looking guys. I mean, Jason Stafford was still a great signing in my opinion. I know he got a lot of shit for that one, but he's delivered for sure on that one. His young guys are mostly up, I think, at this point. So this is kind of, I think a lot of guys come up last year at the deadline day. So this is really the proving year, right? To see if what you've got is gonna be good enough. Damn it, dude. Oh, never mind. I was gonna say I was on his ass about Vic Mallory for a long time, and looks like he continued to dev up. But 40 control, man. But this guy's just basically Pasqualini, right? Except for he got him from a Rule 5 fucking draft pick. Son of a bitch. I don't know. Oh, for sure. I would play this guy because with the control, it's so fucking. You never know, man. Like 1 year he'll give you like 4 walks per 9. 1 year you'll get fucking 6 out of it. You never know.
Yeah. What the Hops are going to have trouble replicating is the production they got from a couple outfielders who are pretty not good players. Seth DeFilipino, and then
Yep.
someone else. Yeah, this guy was a 4.5
Did you
WAR
call him
dude.
Seth the Filipino?
DeFilippo, but still. Also like
DeTarlo and DeFilipino.
DeFilippo from Carrollton, Texas is white as rice. That's hilarious. Yeah,
like,
he has the same BABIP already this year, and he's terrible. Yeah.
Yeah, you're not going to get that production. That's like boom, 2 WAR down the drain, and then Elijah something is the other.
Oh yeah, Hettinger. Yeah. I like Hettinger.
No, I think you're wrong about that. That is a leadoff hitter that's really good.
He's all right.
I believe.
You gotta wait a
know
minute.
what,
Wait a
If
minute.
that guy's playing left field, like I have no problem with that. But
Yeah,
Jason,
you're probably right.
You're right.
You
on
better
that.
not have a problem because he was a Gold Glove at left field last year. By the way, Gold
Oh.
fucking glove
No,
at left
he's
field.
perfect. Like I actually like that's
What?
one of the few guys on the Hops roster I actually like.
Damn, plus 8.
I like
zone rating when in
Rosendorf.
left field. That's got to be an all-time low.
+8. It was actually no. It was +2 ZR. Got him a Gold Glove last year. Oh no. Last year.
Come on.
My bad. Wrong row. I mean, +8 for left field is pretty good.
I feel like we get like plus 18s and stuff because you get center fielders just shoved out there.
I think we used to, but not anymore. They shove them in right field now.
They
At least
also
that's what I
don't play
do.
enough games in the same position.
Yeah, if they move around a lot, yeah. That's wild. This is Jason why I always have said we argue about the left field defense. Left field defense doesn't fucking matter, dude. As long as you have 50 range, good play, man.
I mean, shit, he did that in 110 games, plus 8 and 110 with those bars. That's
Yeah,
probably one WAR he can just write off.
I like this guy actually.
Yeah, I mean, he didn't hit a crazy number. I can admit when I'm made
Yes,
mistakes, but
kind of
is he
big
a
split
4.5
issues,
WAR guy?
but
That's a tall order.
it depends, man. I mean, if he puts the wheels on and steals close to 100 bags, I mean, that's worth like 2 WAR right there. So got Peter Zach back for another year. Yeah, just not seeing any. There's no big wow factor here. There's no big superstar. They don't really have any holes per se. Well, okay, I fucking hate Liam Senna. I'm sorry, but this guy hasn't been a catcher for probably 5 seasons, maybe 8. Yeah, I really, this guy doesn't belong at a catcher. This is oof. This bothers me. Like, you have to look at this and be like, can this guy actually catch? Like, come on, man. Now I'm gonna click on his stats, and they're gonna be great.
No, they're gonna be shit. I'm sure.
Yeah, they're not too good. Yeah, 7% of runners thrown out.
Yeah, Tyler,
Um,
you gotta pull your head out of your butt and get a catcher. It took him though. He wanted a center fielder for a decade, and it took him 10 years to get Rosendorf, which is great. But I'm worried it might take him 10 years to get a catcher.
I mean, come on, man. There's got to be somebody out there better. Like, you just have to put. He's not even good offensively. I could get if this guy hits like 30 home runs or something, right? Which he used to do. But he's not. He can't hit the ball, and he certainly can't fucking catch the ball.
He's probably
This
not in
guy-
the top 70 catchers on Sky.
No,
rosters
he's
right now.
awful. He's terrible. I can't even. Did he? He even got. I think he got traded, right? Like, I was shocked that he even got traded last year. Oh, this was a deal along with Betancourt, who's terrible as
Yeah.
well.
This was the Boston.
Right, this is
posts
the-
a trade block at 158 and accepts the first thing that comes across.
Well, honestly, it looks good for him. I think he got a third and a fifth or something for players that should probably be sniffing retirement, if not AAA. So, yeah,
that'd be
catcher
worth
is a
the
big
risk.
hole for sure. But I think otherwise they have a pretty young, solid team. But I just don't see 87 wins here, honestly. Maybe. I don't know.
I don't think this is a playoff team. I don't know how they
Me
were a
either.
playoff team last year.
I like San Francisco much better than this team,
Like,
honestly.
I mean, I believe at call up day, I think he's calling up Len, but
Is he? I hope not.
I don't know
think
where
he's
he
ready.
plays him.
He's not ready.
I think he's a 40 overall already. So I mean, you might get a bump.
Yeah, I mean, if
by,
he gets the
you know,
50, sure,
June,
but
so
I wouldn't.
But I'm
put
just saying,
this
I
guy
think
up.
he's projecting him up at the day. So I don't know. We'll see. But I don't know how this is going to be a playoff team, because I think obviously we didn't do our Central Division here tonight, but I think it's common belief amongst everybody that that whole division's loaded. You know,
Central?
But so I don't know if the Portland Hops are a
Yeah,
playoff
there's a
team.
lot of good teams there.
I don't love this roster.
Yeah,
I
me
think
either.
they're a little older in your lineup. I'm still waiting for this rebuild to show some
this is it.
signs of life with some young talent.
I think he called. Didn't he
Where's the
call
young
up
talent?
7 guys? I'm pretty sure he called up 7 guys last year. So like they're going to be their first full
Which
year. So
7 guys?
I
Okay, so
don't
Lamar
know.
Johnson, who looks good.
Barnett, who's hurt.
Barnett, okay, great.
There was,
Hurt?
yeah, I don't know. I'm just saying,
We
like
lost
he
Stephen
called up.
Rice.
So I'm just saying,
Called up a lot of
where is
guys.
this rebuild? And where are they in the lineup?
Oh, Tyler posted in Slack.
I-
My
I-
hitters dev down, pitching hurt, bullpen mediocre, solid defense though.
Typical
Is it-
Portland
Well-
slops.
Portland
Yeah.
slot. How have we not
think-
heard
I'm
that
not
before?
trying to be a fucking
That's
asshole
genius.
here, but
Yeah, you are.
like I don't know if this is a playoff team. Like if
I
Len comes
wouldn't
up and
peg
gets
the-
a depth boost,
Yeah.
like yeah, okay, that's exciting. But
Okay, Tyler, if
what
you're
else are we
listening,
supposed to be excited about here?
please get
Like
a
I like
different catcher.
Rosendorf, but
I bet your backup catcher is better than
yeah,
this guy. Bruh. Play this guy. Please.
I mean his rotation might have 3 corpses in it, right? In Capellan, Daphne, and Payne, right?
Capellan was fine last year. He wasn't great, but
Raymundo
Uh,
should be very good.
I'm
There's
just
nothing wrong.
right,
with
buddy.
I think extreme fly ball just doesn't play in this version. If he was like neutral, I would say this guy would be fine, but extreme fly ball this is just. All right, we spend enough time in the hops. No
Like,
offense, Tyler, but
I like Tyler.
doesn't look like a playoff team.
Like he brings a lot to slack in the league, but I don't know where we're at with the hops. I don't think there's a playoff team.
Holy shit, you're
At
being
all.
savage right now. You're just writing the guy off. Like give his young hitters a chance to play a full year. Then next year we'll write them off when they're terrible. Gotta give him
He's
at least a year
not
to.
playing young
to
hitters. Peter's
What?
at 33. Stafford is
Dude!
34. Rosendorf
Look at the rest of
27.
it.
Betancourt is 33. I'm
27's
sorry.
not
These-
young?
These are the starters.
Are you saying a
These are the
27-year-old? Are you saying a 27-year-old baseball player is old? Is what I'm gleaning from your statement? Because if
That
that,
is correct,
because
yes.
Tina's 34.
there are some
I'm
old
just
dudes
saying,
in there.
But
But dude, you can't just look at their age and like Stafford is a good fucking player. So who cares if he's 34? He's good. Peter Zach he got 4 WAR last year. He's his DH. Like you
hold
can't.
on a second. Hold on a second. I believe these guys were on the trade block.
That's just a savvy GM doing his due diligence.
I was gonna say, see what you can get for them, but I mean,
Fucking D-Rich. God damn it.
Tyler brings a lot to Slack. You're right about that. I mean,
I just said that. I said
he only-
that.
Payan is
He
still
very
elite.
entertaining in Slack, but I'm struggling to like this team.
I don't think they're there yet. But I can't judge this team yet. Well, I can judge it now, but I think next year we'll be able to have a definitive look on them. But there's too many guys he called up and too many young guys who need a first full year to see what they actually can do, right? That's my opinion. Okay, we spent like 10, 15 minutes on the Hops. Tyler is just loving himself right now. Probably spent the most time on the fucking Portland Slops. How did we not ever hear Portland Slops before? That's fucking genius.
I told you.
All right. Oakland Andy. Oaklandia.
Oh boy.
This is really
we
why
won't be
D-Rich
spending
jumped
15
in.
minutes on Oakland.
You say that, but I don't know. Okay,
Ooh,
last year I thought their
Mendoza's
lineup.
up.
I thought their lineup looked incredible last year, and it didn't. What? Ah! Look at
What do you guys have for Mendoza? Because
Andy,
OSA is
Just let us enjoy Owen Roberts for just a second.
dude,
'Cause
bruh,
this
no,
is one of the worst things of all time.
this is so bad.
that?
Click on his shortstop, Owen Roberts. Wait, before you do, prepare yourself.
oh
Oh my God.
I
hey,
think he's doing it to spite us.
you probably
really.
could play for Pittsburgh, right?
It feels like it's to spite. Like, why on earth else would you run this guy out there? He probably has a better guy in fucking AAA.
Have you seen the guy he drafted in the
Oh.
5th round?
That guy sucks.
No, I didn't look. Is that the guy got whammied? I don't know. I didn't pay attention to his
Oh,
draft
He
picks.
got whammied out of his mind.
I mean, there has
As
to be
much as we
somebody
shit
in
on the
free
new
agency.
guy or who he's playing at shortstop.
Yeah,
um,
Andy knows better than this.
Andy's probably got him beat with both of his shortstops.
What do you mean?
Neither
Okay,
of
he
them.
he,
He
he
knows
might have him
better
at
than that.
55. OSA has him at 55. I have him at 50. I mean, he's played 24 games, so we could probably get a good idea.
I
Yeah,
can
minus
sense
3.5.
that You're justifying this.
The
No, I'm
problem
not
is
in any
He
way.
has no batting bars to go along with the horrible infielding bars.
Yeah, this is a guy who could. Yeah, I don't even know. This is a guy
That's
who
criminal.
probably should have
It's-
retired. Wait, Sly ran this guy out in 2053
Well,
for 120
Slide doesn't
games.
Really mean anything.
Oh yeah. Is this news?
Good
Is this news to you guys?
God. Yeah, I've
That's
never
the lowest
seen.
WAR total in history, I believe.
Wait, even
Hey,
Jakob played this guy for 140 games. Probably
Hey,
not at shortstop though.
I'm cleaning up Sly's mess, guys. It's so much fun.
Hey, we love our Sly, don't we?
Sounds like
It
it.
is so much fun.
Okay, yeah. I'm done on Roberts. That's actually made me nauseous.
I'm
We
done
should
with
Uh,
stick
the
with
A's.
Robert for one more second.
No, we'll move on. I don't know what the hell Andy's
Those batting
thinking.
bars are
I-
horrible.
okay,
Even if
I do
he's
wanna
good at
say-
fielding.
Andy's been on vacation for like 2 weeks, so he may have just put together his team as quickly as possible. That's not really justification, but I don't know. There has to be a reason
See,
for that.
This is not our
that
first
is
rodeo with
a-
the athletics.
That's true. You're not wrong
Well,
there, I guess.
I mean, that's a straight up tanking move. Like if
But he's
you're
not trying
trying to,
But he's playing Dylan Mendoza, and he has actually some good hitters on his team. I don't think he's trying to tank. Like, you don't play like guys like fucking like he signed Kirby Rogers. Like he's not trying to lose.
The only thing good about this team is named Sebastian, so I'm all for moving on.
Yeah, Sebastian Good.
Yeah.
You like you some Sebastian Good, do you? You don't like Mendoza?
I mean,
Wait,
yeah,
isn't
I do.
he-
Of course I like him. I don't really give a shit about a team that's gonna run a shortstop like that. They're just
Well, we have
they're
we have
not
to look
relevant.
at guys who are potentially going to get traded away eventually.
Either-
Although
not
maybe
that good.
not, because Ramirez probably should have been traded long before
Nah,
he
he's a
hit
GM
free
that's been
agency.
asleep at the wheel for 50 years. I just
He's
don't.
not going to trade anyone.
You never know. Wait, this is the Prospero I was thinking of the other day when we were looking at the other team. There's a lot of guys named Prospero all of a sudden. Yeah, there really isn't anything to write home about other than
Yeah, there's
Mendoza.
not much to get excited about outside of Mendoza. I'm excited for Mendoza being up, and he actually devved in, but
Yeah, I was gonna say, can you think of another like early first round pick high school pitcher that actually panned out?
Not
Mendoza's
this
one of the first
much.
I can remember.
Yeah.
well, Kaufman was Kaufman a high
He's a
schooler
college-
or was
he's
he
a college
college?
pitcher.
No, he was a college guy.
Okay.
Yeah.
What about the JP guy, Mueller? Was that college or high school?
I think he was college as well.
Yeah.
I'm just
I
thinking
can't
of
remember though.
the insane looking
That
bars.
was like 30 years
because
ago.
Mendoza's got those
Yeah.
insane looking bars outside of control.
Yeah, and I think they've
Um,
all busted except for him, so that's pretty cool. Kind of
And-
sucks it's on this version. Last year those bars.
And
were
I
dirty.
believe when we moved over, he took a shit and he's recovered because I think he was down to like a 45. And then
Damn,
I think the game,
Did drop to a
yeah,
50.
because when
for
we
my
switched,
scout.
if you look at him, he dropped 30 points in potential, and then it all came back. That's
it's-
insane.
If this whole team was in free agency next year, I think just about everybody outside of Mendoza would be kind of those guys that get signed in April because nobody really
Yeah.
wants them.
Yeah, I think
You know,
the
you
only
look at them and
guy
you go,
who
"Oh,
might
those
get
guys
signed
are
would be-
okay, but would you actually want them?
I'd
you
say Steve
prioritize
Silver,
him?
but he's a first baseman. But yeah, I think his
I mean, Ben
closer's
Waters could
okay.
Get signed. Yeah, those guys are trash.
Ben Waters?
Ben
Does
Waters
he have Ben Waters on his
signed in
team?
April or May or something like that.
Well,
I'm
that's the
just saying,
first base. There's
hypothetically,
just
if
too
Silver's
many
a free
first
agent,
base.
blah 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 blah. He's much worse.
Yeah, that's fair. Yeah, there's really not a whole lot to. Wait, why isn't this guy starting? Toa Twetu. He looks. Yeah. There's just nothing here. Man, I swear 2 years ago I actually really liked Danny's team and I thought he was like turning the corner, but
I'm pretty sure
Team
he's
just-
probably blaming it on a version switch like usual.
it's just, well, he did get fucked that 1 year, let's be honest. But this shit I just can't be okay with. I don't even just know what
Yeah,
would drive you
Wait
to
a minute,
ever
Ryan. We both liked them. Was it
I
last
liked
year
them.
or the year before? We were like, wait a minute.
the first
Kinda
year
like
they
this
had a lot of good hitters. Their pitching looked decent. Like they had Ramirez still. They looked deep. I thought they were poised to like make a playoff run, and I don't know. I still think the ballpark is a huge. Well, I think it was. It's not really an excuse anymore. This ballpark is not that bad. There are definitely worse ballparks out there. So. Because I used to think I would hate to have to try to build a team in this ballpark, but now I don't think you can make that excuse anymore. So, yeah, I don't know. What did they win last year? They won, 75. That's kind of what it feels like. Feels like below,
And I think
below
the clock is
500.
ticking on Mendoza because
What?
I'm not gonna lie to you. Like, if you're not gonna win and if you're gonna sell, like, honest to God, what could you get for Mendoza? It
I mean,
starts
you
at 3 firsts, right?
You
It
should get
starts
more than
at 3.
Becker, right? Because he's healthy, and he's a lefty.
Well, honestly, like, look at what Romano got. Okay, and we
Yeah.
can argue about and discuss whether that was enough because I don't think it was nearly enough. What could Mendoza get? I mean, 3 firsts and 3 top 100s. To even get me to say, okay, let's talk, right? Like,
don't
D-Rich,
think
if you
that
had this
much.
guy.
Who has that though? That's the problem. Is you can
Right,
put
no, but
guys'
I'm just
value
saying,
at that, but
like,
you're
you're
pricing out
gonna get
90% of the
world.
league.
It's probably 1 to 5 for 2 drafts.
I would take that.
Okay, a lefty with potentially 80 stuff, 475 potential pitches. And I know the control is a little.
He's never
you
actually
can use a
proved
dev up in
himself,
control.
though. That's a problem.
And 45 controls.
Well,
a bit
I'm just
scary
saying
yet.
is that if Andy were to move this guy, it would like
He would get a shit ton
you
for
could
him.
see the world coming back.
You get two
Absolutely.
ones.
I think it
two
starts with
twos.
yeah.
But he's not going to go anywhere, right? He's not
Well,
going
he
anywhere.
should.
I actually think there's some value in letting him pitch this year, and if he has like an elite year, I think his value actually goes up, right? Because like you said, he's not proven yet. If he has a fucking disgusting year, then you are talking. People are like, okay, he's got some pedigree, right? He's also
Kind of
getting
the Garrett
BABIP'd out
Crochet
the
of Sky.
ass. The who?
Garrett Crochet, the rookie who pitched for the White Sox, who's valuable now.
Oh, I don't watch MLB. It's terrible.
You've never heard of Crochet?
Nope.
Come on.
Not unless you're talking about my grandma making me a sweater.
All right, guys.
All right. Okay, we're done with Oakland. They're going to be as bad as last year, maybe a little worse. And the Rockies should be pretty fucking easy.
Oh my god, what is that? So much red. It hurts my head.
Yeah. Yeah, this, I mean, it's just a full-on, it's the tank, right? It's, wait, Randy Najiro's playing second base for him?
Look at that lineup, dude. Uriel Roberts, Braylon DeWitt, and then
Uriel? Uriel's on
That's
this
a
team?
trade.
Holy shit. Oh, he is wrecked. I knew he was wrecked. I knew he was wrecked when I traded him to fucking Tyler and he took the bait. No, I'm just kidding.
Actually, Roberts has been okay
yeah.
the last couple
Yeah.
years.
He was okay. He played for you and he was all right. He played for my brother and he was terrible.
But like, if this team, if our fan interest was based on popularity, but it was our chat's popularity,
This would be like 8. It'd be 8.
it's in the league. But man, look at the players. These are all household skyline names. McCaughey,
Yeah, but
Najira, DeWitt.
it's
Look at Ryder Spires
the
on this
trash
team.
heap, though. I mean, this is trash
Oh.
heap, guys.
Of course, it's trash, but it's a who's who of you didn't used to be trash. You know,
It looks like Jonathan McLean's going to be a lifer, hey? I don't
which
think
I
he
can
has
really
any plan.
respect. 'Cause he's
Yeah,
been
you
selling
might as well
everything
keep
else.
one guy. Oh, he's an Iron Man too. Sick. Oh yeah, obviously, right? Look at this. That's what I mean about this injury prone shit. Like 98% of the guys, you can look at them and be like, okay, yeah, that makes sense. Like it was some league breaking thing to have it turned on by accident.
It's just with the young guys. It's hard to
Yeah,
say.
the draft is where, yeah, for sure is where I agree. It helps the most, but
And I gotta
whatever,
say,
it's
I've been
going off
surprised
on.
by a handful of guys.
Oh yeah, I think everybody has said so far there's like one guy on their team that kind of surprised them, like, oh, didn't realize this guy was fragile. So, but for the most part, you look at your team, you're like, yeah, that makes sense. This team is, I mean, in the effort of saving time, and no offense to Kiefer, and I don't think he would care because he would agree with us. This team is fucking not garbage. And
How are they 500 right now?
That's a
What's going
good
on in their
question.
position?
That's wait, Braylon DeWitt's on this team too. What the fuck? You're right. This team is just full of.
It's the who's who. It's like the old
Busted.
Oakland days used to sign guys just to sell tickets.
It's the busted spec guys. Tyler McCaughey. Was he the Philly spec, right? Like,
Former Philly. Yeah.
Yeah.
Phillies, he was more than the spec. Come on, put some respect on him.
He was
sorry.
Mr. Philly.
Well, yeah, this team's terrible.
Sean
Jonathan
Bristow's
McLean's
on
cool.
this fucking team.
Let's look at McLean. McLean has 54 WAR. You think he can get like 5 WAR in the next couple of years, and you think that's enough to get him in? I think he should get in. I think he should get in right now. He led
I'll be
the.
voting for him.
Yeah, look at how
Doing
many
that
times
Coors
he led the
Field is
league
really
in.
underrated.
Exactly, in Coors. Look how many times he led the league in innings pitched, quality start percentage and shit. Like he's.
You know,
Yeah,
if you win
considering
2
played-
pitcher of the years, it's really hard not to vote for you.
Agreed. Good. I'm glad to hear that. Will it fall on deaf ears from the plebs in Slack? Absolutely. All right, guys.
Well, I think he's going to get. I think 60 WAR is kind of the. Once you eclipse that, I think you start getting into the Hall of Fame talk.
Yeah.
Like if you're
you
like
would-
55 WAR, I'm just saying. Once you get over
don't
that
be a war
threshold, I think you start to get and he's going to get there. He's at
Don't
56
be
right
a
now,
war whore.
and
You
he's
have
got
to.
3 more years left of.
There has to be some qualification. The dude has a 114 whip, pitching his entire fucking career in Coors
I'm not
Field,
saying
man.
he's not a Hall of Famer.
You
That's
better
not what I was
be.
getting at.
Okay, good.
I'm
So I
saying
was gonna get
he's
mad.
going to get to probably about about 65 WAR. I would imagine.
Whoa, you
He's
think so?
probably, yeah, I think he's
That
probably
requires
good
him
for
to get
4
like
WAR.
3 or 4 WAR for the next 3 years. I don't know, man. He's 34.
Right.
He's playing for a terrible
right, he's
team.
34, and I'm just saying he does pitch in cores, and if dev hits come, like
Yeah.
he's not going to be complete shit. But I'm saying he's not a 6-WAR pitcher anymore.
Let's
I
just
hope he
take a
gets-
moment to
He hasn't had
appreciate how
6 WAR.
good he's been this
Yep.
year.
He's
This
been,
year.
He's probably a Hall of Famer. He's probably a Hall of Famer.
It's not probably
But
for me. This guy
what
would
I'm
be on
saying
my
is that he's probably going to end up somewhere between 65 and 70 WAR.
No, you're insane, but it doesn't matter. Let's stop talking about this. He's a lock. He's probably going to end up with 58 WAR because he's fucking old.
I was
But,
gonna say he's gonna be around 60 because he'll probably fall off a cliff here soon and sadly get like a half a WAR or something. But
Pretty cool having
I
2
hope-
WAR in 6 starts, though.
I hope he gets to 60 so that the fucking war whores can see that and be like, oh yeah, 60 WAR for a pitcher. I think I better put him on my ballot. So, because yeah, I'll be banging the drums for this guy for sure. All right, fellas. I guess we should do the West, even though we didn't do the Central. I want to look at the Cardinals because I word on the street is that Steve went 0-6 today.
Lost
look-
streak of 9 games.
9-game losing streak.
Oh.
Got swept by the White Sox,
9
then the
games?
Rangers,
Sad.
then the KC.
Times. 9 times.
That is rough to see
9
because
times.
9
these are the defending league division winners, right? 101 wins last year. What's going on? What's going on?
What is
Uh,
wrong with the Cardinals?
Why does they always
I
seem like they
don't
have a
know.
bad stretch at one time during the year? They're fucking atrocious for like 3 or 4 weeks.
I think that's
It always
mostly 'cause
happens to them.
Steve just bitches more than anyone else.
Oh, is bitching? Does that make you lose more? Because
They just
What
That's
makes
the
you
case.
notice it more?
yeah, that's fair.
What
Hey, at least you know he's invested, right?
why have they lost 9 in a row? Like, what's wrong with the team? Like, his rotation looks very good. I don't know. What
Isn't there? Are
is-
they bad in one-run games? Like, I think it's obviously a little bit of bad luck. It has to.
He's
be,
not
right?
getting. No, he can't. He's not getting 1-run games.
I mean, he's already
3 and 5.
minus
That's
2.
no big deal.
Yeah, he's a minus
So-
5 run differential too. Yeah.
Offensively, he's middle of the pack. His pitching is bad.
I mean, I've seen the White Sox start
Fuck.
5-25, like I said, and come back. So I'm not worried. It's 30 games. It's all interdivision. They're about to go out and start to feast on the Great Lakes and the Pacific. I love you, Dan.
Whoa, 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 whoa.
And the Bostons of the world, right? Like the Colorados and stuff, and Oakland's. Like, they'll be fine. That division is just gonna eat itself alive, though. Unfortunately, I think the Cubs. I do have to thank Jeff for taking Adam Young off my hands. I actually hope he plays good for you, but saving me that $7 million for the next couple of years actually is bigger than I should say it is. But
Damn, Jeff.
yeah, thanks, Jeff. I love
What?
Jeff.
What the fuck is Jeff doing?
He needed a shortstop.
Ever.
No, let's talk about the Cubs. No, I
Okay,
actually want to talk about the Cubs because what the
Oh
fuck
my
was Jeff
God.
doing this offseason?
Jesus, date. I
What
have
the
a
fuck was
date
he
with
doing?
Zelda here, Jason. Christ. I'm just
I'll
kidding.
defend a lot of his moves. I will.
I
Particularly
love
since
Jeff
I-
because he never rebuilds. He fucking goes for it, man. He just goes. The man just
Goes
fucking
for
puts
what?
his-
Yeah, well,
He goes for it. He just puts his
spent-
foot on
he
the
spent-
gas. He doesn't
He
care.
spent all that money and he's
Yep.
9-21.
Yeah, he did. But you know what? He fucking is he letting if he's letting Ethan Minks hit, then he's my favorite GM ever. Oh my fucking god, he is. But he's also terrible, sadly.
That's okay. He's got to shake about 5 years of rust off.
Yeah, I was gonna say he's got to be so insanely rusty, right? Yeah, 5 years since he hit. I love it. Jeff is my new favorite GM. Good job, Jeff. What are we talking about with the Cubs?
Well,
I
can
don't
I
know.
tell you
was
what their
bringing
main
them up.
problem is?
Yes.
They don't have Otano anymore. He
Oh,
was the
no.
glue. He was the glue. I said it all the time. He was great.
I thought he
They
was
let
gonna
him
be
go for
serious for a
nothing.
second. You had me in the first half, Dan. Holy shit. No.
You know what's funny is he actually ended up winning that trade because Amin
Yeah.
Did.
full retard and gave
Yeah.
him so much.
Yeah, it actually
I
worked
agree
out
with
for
that.
him. Yeah. All right. Pick your playoff teams for the like. Again, I look at the West and I don't see any shakeup. Like maybe KC. I always want KC because Matt talks so much dumb shit. No offense, Matt, but you talk dumb shit. But I can't imagine if he could back it up with actually winning stuff. It would be so
been a
entertaining
while.
to see. It has been a while. They've been historically one of the worst
This
teams in the
might
league.
be no, but this might be the best Royals team that we've seen in 10 years.
I picked them as my dark
Like,
horse last
for
year. They
all
won
the moves that
86
he makes
games.
every year, this might be the best team he's had.
I
Yeah, he does
really,
have a good
really,
team.
I wish we could see a full, like, serious rebuilding Matt, because this dude is a fucking legitimate drafter, but he just never has picks to pick anybody. He trades up and picks guys.
Well, no,
Like Hadley Smart, he traded up to
Ryan,
get, but
he drafts college bats. That it's not
Yeah?
rocket science. He doesn't draft high school players.
True.
Like
you just were talking about drafting a high schooler, like fucking 30 minutes ago, weren't you?
Yeah, you look at that year, 2052.
that was a different
That's the year he
scenario.
traded up. He had
Yep.
3 picks in the first 15 or something like that. Hit a home
Crazy.
run on Hadley Smart. The other 2 are complete imbeciles.
Aw, that's
so
sad.
yeah, you draft.
Why
the
are
best
you
guy in the
blowing
draft, he looks
my
smart.
fucking praise out of it? I'm trying to praise KC Matt, so
Don't.
I buried
I'm
that.
giving
I
praise
buried
to
the
him.
hatchet
I
with him a
think
long
this is
time
the
ago.
best Royals team that we've seen in 20 years.
Well, they won the most they
I'm
won
serious.
in almost 20 years. 86 wins last year. The last time they had anything close was 2042, where they won 98. That was the last time they made the playoffs.
Like I wish that we would have done the pod on Tuesday because I would have praised Matt. I think Matt's made some good moves.
I said I liked the team
I-
last
like-
year. I like it this year too. I don't
Yeah.
see much in the terms of changing.
Yeah.
But
So,
yeah, this Central is going to be a blood.
I think the Royals are. I think the Royals are in. I think Portland's out. I think
Let's look at last year's playoff history.
the
Let's
3
see.
teams in the Pacific are in.
I think the Cards
I
will still
refuse to
get
believe
in.
that the Cardinals are out,
Yeah, same.
but I think the Central's a dogfight.
No, I think
Yeah,
you pretty much nailed it. I don't think it's going to be a hard one to
Yep.
predict.
Yeah, I think these 7 teams are kind of a lock, and yeah, Portland swapped them out for KC. Sounds reasonable to me.
I don't think the Giants are in. I don't think Portland's in.
Yeah.
I think
Knights,
the Central.
Knights probably sneak
Yeah.
in somewhere there.
I think if you mean sneak into the top 6
maybe in
lottery
3
picks,
years,
sure
Dan.
thing, bud.
Dan. in
What
3
about
years,
Texas, though? I mean, I guess it's really
That's
looking
what I'm
like
saying,
probably
like, I think the
a battle
Central
between
is-
Texas and KC, right? I like
Yeah,
Texas
I
team.
think
I like
those
Sam. I
teams-
think he's a fucking heck of a GM, honestly.
Shit, one of those teams isn't getting in then.
Yep. I think there's going to be
Yeah, one of those teams
one or
ain't getting
two really
in,
good teams
and-
in the West that don't get in.
I think
Cowboy
the most
Bears.
likely
on there.
candidates are probably KC or Vancouver as the ones that fall off.
Wow.
Vancouver?
Yeah,
Wow.
I mean, it seems like there's 9 decent teams in the West.
I won 96 games last year, and I'm literally running the same team back.
I know.
I'd have to go like minus 12 wins. Damn it.
I
Now
know.
you're scaring me. I'll be mad if I don't make the playoffs. This will probably be.
It's
This is the
hard
first
to
year in a
count
long
out a lot of
time.
these teams. Like
That's
the
true,
Pacific,
actually.
The Pacific schedule's so easy. Those 3 teams are locked in.
Yep.
Doesn't even matter if they're good.
You're such a clown.
I mean, the Northwest is. Well, no, we
I
can't
don't even
say
have
the
a
Giants are
comeback to that.
bad.
I don't even know what to say to you, brother.
Oakland and Colorado are definitely out. Cubs
This
are
is- we're
out.
at this
Houston's
moment.
probably out.
We're at this special moment where we just finished divisional play. We're headed for interleague, and there's always some division. It's almost always AJ in the Central, but they really like sucking their own dick, and then they're gonna get their shit pushed in by everybody else and get humbled back to reality. That's the Pacific, brother.
That's San Diego, man. Yeah, San Diego. I predict by the end of May, San Diego will be like 35-18, something like that. I don't think they're going to do very good in intra division player, intra conference player, whatever the fuck you want to call it.
I mean, they're 6-0 versus the Knights.
Conference. That's the way to put it.
They're 6-0
What'd you
versus
say?
the Knights. 6-0 against the Falcons.
Hey, take it
Yeah, I
easy.
mean that's 12 free wins right there.
Yeah,
No,
you go,
it's
okay,
not.
they're 11-7 versus almost normal baseball teams. Yeah, that's
Almost normal.
You guys are being a little disrespectful. I've won some
Absolutely
games, good
not.
Teams.
Absolutely not. We would never disrespect you,
Dan,
Dan. Ever.
Dan, You're 11-19. Who have you beat?
11
11
teams.
Yeah, that's technically true.
Dan, I'm
Yep.
gonna click on it. I'm clicking on the schedule, Dan.
Do
Don't
it.
worry, Dan. His head is just a little inflated from taking his club to 500 here.
So
His new
just
club
this
and
month
watching
alone,
the Pirates burn.
you lost 2 to Fresno.
Which means I'm
Okay,
unlucky.
you beat Arizona twice. You
Hey,
beat
they're
Fresno
5-1
twice.
versus the Diamondbacks. Give them a come on.
Oh
Yeah.
my God, you're 5-1 against the
Oh
the Diamond.
shit, dude! I can't wait for Dan
So
to be
half
good
your
again. It's
wins
gonna be
Are
fun.
against Arizona. Let's settle down.
Somebody's
sounds
got to
good to
take
me.
down the goddamn Frogers. I tell you what. Somebody make Craig rebuild already. This is where we insert. He'll just jump to a better team, right?
Yeah,
That's the-
it's
that's
almost
the
too
meme,
easy
right?
at this point.
Yeah,
where's
it
he
is
gonna
too
go?
easy,
It's not
honestly.
just
That
a
one.
meme. Let's not kid ourselves here.
He
It's
changed
factual.
teams one fucking time. He's not Zach.
No, I think it was
Uh,
twice. He went to
No.
Baltimore, right?
He started in Baltimore. No, he
Started
joined
in
the league.
Baltimore.
Yeah, he took over
Alright.
Baltimore because
But
Who's the
Baltimore is
GM?
very
He took
good.
over after the incident.
Okay.
What's the incident?
no, was that
Shut up, D-Rich.
what it is?
But
Was that when it
Baltimore
Oh,
was
was?
no,
very
wait, no,
good.
I was thinking Jake. Oh, no, that was when he was. Okay.
Oh, the racism.
No. He
Yeah,
joined
that was in
from
Boston.
expansion, right? He was one of the expansion GMs.
Oh, expansion.
Yes.
Yeah,
Now that was
Yeah.
an incident. We can refer to expansion as the incident.
Are we? No, we're gonna expand again, bud.
No.
No.
20,
don't do it.
2060.
You might
2060.
lose D Rich if that you go that way out.
Get out of here. You're not leaving.
D-Rich.
I could turn the league into
Expansion was
one big
v-
division. You wouldn't
Expansion
leave.
was a good thing. Now, you can debate it again. You cannot say that expansion was a fail. We added 4 solid GMs.
We could do that tomorrow by cutting 4 of the doofuses.
I was just
Come
about
on.
to say expansion was good because of the GMs we got. If we got
Yeah,
terrible GMs, we
No,
would be
and
lamenting
it was
it. I think.
generally good for the league. Like you have to evolve. Okay,
No, you
and
don't. You
I'm
don't
not
have
saying
to
that we
evolve.
have to expand again, but our first expansion, and if we do it again, I'm not opposed to it, but it was a success.
I am going
would
to put out a
disagree.
spoiler alert. We are 100% going to vote on expansion. I actually have no idea how it's going to go, but I have a pretty good feeling that it's probably going to fail.
I would guess.
But
it
I've had
passes.
feelings before. What's that?
Really, I think it would pass. It always shocks me,
think
but
so?
everyone really is in favor of expansions. They like new teams. They like new toys. They think they're gonna have a good time in a bigger league. It doesn't change really much at all.
We'll see. It's on the menu,
I honestly think
but it's also
a
5
coin
seasons
flip,
away. It's all
I
we're talking
think
like
it's a coin
December
flip.
here.
but I'm not
Anyway.
I'm not opposed to it. Like as long as it's not a ton of extra work for our commish.
Nah, it's
Well, I
not-
mean-
well, it's something that's just been like light talks with. I've only talked to Arizona because he's done one before and telling me about how it works and stuff. But
So I got
It's-
home like an hour ago, and I pulled up the podcast, and you were
Uh-huh.
on the Cascades, and I'm sitting there with my wife, and she sees Vancouver Cascades and goes, "What's this gay little backyard baseball fake BS?"
what?
And I'm like, "Nope, this is what it is. This is what our league likes. They like these fake teams." She might still be listening.
Okay.
They like these fake people like it, so I think it'll pass. Me, death to it. Bring me the Nationals, bring me the Rays, bring me Major League Baseball. Keep Skyline great.
That's boring,
Now-
man.
I'm on
Now,
Team
D-Rich,
D-Rich
I
here.
agree with you. I think if we expand, the easiest thing to do is to bring back the Rays and the Nationals. That's the easiest way to do it.
And then we're gonna have the London fucking train people and something stupid.
No.
Just
no,
keep
no.
it as is.
That's not happening. No international teams.
Well, we could bring back the Terriers.
Oh
Ugh.
no, don't do
Uh,
that.
Yeah,
I
keep
can't
bringing
believe
that
you
up.
said that.
Keep
I can't believe you
reminding
said
everybody of the Terriers. That might let me win the expansion vote. We
There
had
you
a team
go.
in Salt Lake, didn't we? It was like Salt Lake something.
that. Did we? That was before my time. If we did.
No.
Quick
It
question.
was on the docket and got scrapped for the Terriers. I
Oh
believe.
yeah. You're right.
Did Scott's kid make the NHL yet?
I don't
think
know, I
he's
haven't-
7.
I have no idea.
So-
Scott
so he's
never
not there
Scott
yet?
ghosted us. He ghosted me. He unfriended me from everything. I don't know. I'm not sure what happened.
He unfriended me as well
Yeah, I think
On
he
what?
on every
Facebook or something?
Discord.
on Discord. I'm
Yeah,
not
I'm
sure
not
on
sh-
TikTok, but
As
I have
someone,
a
who
TikTok
feeling-
too, I don't know.
as someone who's never liked Scott, I hope he's okay. That actually scares me. Makes me worry that
That's-
something's wrong.
I know, that's what I was. It sounded like he might have went like full cleanse mode. You know what I mean? Like maybe some issue came up and he just had to like cut off from all the shit. So yeah, you guys give Scott too much shit. Honestly, he was a good dude. Anyway,
Anyway,
I'm sure that's a divisive statement, but I'm a little biased
Anyway.
because we were Kokomish.
No.
That's
Hey,
it.
wait.
That's
Say that one more time. I want to try that. I want to try something. Say Scott's a good dude or something like that, or we gave him too much shit. Come on.
You did give him too much shit.
That worked, eh? Discord has a soundboard. That's pretty sweet.
Yeah, I heard the crickets. It should come through on the on the stream, I imagine.
hope
So
so.
It came through my headphones. It was
Nice.
pretty good.
nice.
There's a soundboard. Ooh,
Oh Christ! Don't tell Jason.
saucy.
He's
Oh,
gonna be
boy.
honking everything I say now. All right.
Yes.
Do you guys have anything else to add before we shut her down on this 3 Dude, there's no way we can do. I love splitting it up because we get to like talk about shit, do extra long for one side. When we do all together, like we have to cram it into 5 hours.
I think I'm gonna
This
start
one.
doing a podcast and just not really talk about the league very much. Not gonna give
What do
every team a shot. Just fucking
Dude-
bounce around random people.
Dude, I would love it. The more content, the better. Anybody who wants to just fucking, it's so easy to add. Ask Mikey. I added him to the YouTube and he got set up in like 5 minutes. It's if you have used OBS or
Hey,
any
Rich,
streaming
do we
software,
have a
it's
pod in
easy
our
as fuck.
future?
You might.
Anything.
I've made some promises here that have been yet to be fulfilled. I told you I have a very special Skyline surprise for the gang.
Still
Oh,
waiting
man.
for that. I heard that like 3 seasons ago.
I know.
I hope
just
it's Jake. Oh, by the way, Jake
hope it's
fucking
Jake. He
He
posted.
posted in Discord.
He posted in
Did he?
Discord the other day. 3 days
Jose
ago. Yeah,
Valenzuela for Hall of Fame.
Hall of Fame. I
Oh,
was like, oh my
you know
god,
why?
man.
You know why? I was texting him. I said he didn't make it, and I sent him a screenshot.
Damn.
Jake coming back would be so fucking glorious if he's invested. Invested Jake.
Well,
he comes back.
he'd actually have to care.
Oh my god, I
Well,
would.
Thank you
I
for
would be.
Jake. Thanks for posting.
Oh my god.
Oh man, these are good.
All right, fellas. Good shit. I have nothing else to say, so we'll send her home.
I'm good.
Knights are
Good
not
job.
losing 95 games.
All right, you heard it here first.
It'll
Knights
be
are
99.
not losing 95. All right. Bye, everybody.